I am not looking forward to this. I mean, I am. Who doesn't like mocking something extensively? I'm just not looking forward to the next 8 to 10 hours of filming this is going to take. So I had this idea months ago, twice. I had this idea twice of revisiting Shane's docu-vlogs, glorified vlogs, and just ripping into them. I think the order that I want to do this in is most recent to last. Doesn't seem like the smartest way around of doing things, but I just thought the recent series, The Cash Grab with Jeffree Star, is probably the funniest, so I want to start there. Now, the problem is I've already tried to do this video. I tried to script it. 2 times, 2 separate occasions, I sat down and watched the first 2 episodes, so I already spent 2 hours, 4 hours of my time scripting the same thing twice and then binning it because it was just too... it felt too difficult to get through at the time. So instead, in lieu of scripting it, I am just going to sit here, watch it, and add in my snarky comments, and then edit 8 to 10 hours of footage down to a more manageable video. I don't know how long this is going to take. The video itself probably going to come out to like an hour, hour and a half. So going into this, that is what you are getting. A really thorough, the most thorough, in-depth look at Shane Dawson's docu-vlogs right here on my YouTube channel. I'm gonna have to plug in my laptop. If my hair and makeup change at all during the duration of this video, it's because I've given up and I've tried again a different day. So, okay, it's me from the future and I've looked like I've aged about 20 years from starting this video because it has sucked the life out of me. So, 2 things before we get into it. The first thing is YouTube is it a bug? Is it a glitch? Who knows? Does Susan Wojcicki just hate the big Alizee? YouTube is doing this thing where they are unsubbing active subs from people's channels, including my own. So make sure that you are subbed if you're a new person around here. Maybe if you enjoy this marathon of a video, maybe think about subscribing, like and comment for the engagement. It will really help. This video took a really long time to film. It's going to take an even longer time to edit. It's probably like the biggest video I've done. So all the support is really needed and I will really appreciate it. And secondly, because this is such a big video, thankfully this video is sponsored by ExpressVPN. ExpressVPN is the #1 VPN voted by TechRadar. If you want to protect your internet privacy, or if you just want to go on Netflix and watch films or movies same thing, films or TV shows that are in different countries, the ExpressVPN is what's going to help you do that. Personally, I like to use ExpressVPN so that I know that the Illuminati aren't watching my every move, which is quite fitting considering the video I'm about to do. And most importantly for you guys, if you use my special code, my referral link in the description box below, you will get 3 months free on a 1-year plan with ExpressVPN. So, if you want to be cautious about your internet privacy from big Illuminati, check out ExpressVPN. Thank you so much for sponsoring today's video now. Hold me. Let's dive straight in. The beautiful world of Jeffree Star, 28 million views. Let's watch this for the... This will be the 4th fucking time I've watched this first episode. Let's do it.
Okay, here's the thing. Is this like real or is this like a bit?
Real.
Like actually me doing some, like a makeup thing?
How are you feeling? With Jeffree not real.
Oh my god, wait.
I'm just sitting like the conspiracy palette.
Wait, would anybody buy that? Okay, honestly though.
I'm ready to buy it and...
And this isn't even like for the video or whatever. This wasn't like...
It's so dramatic for making a makeup palette to make money. Come on, guys.
Planned or anything. Every time I bring something up, just like with drama or even just with like business drama stuff, like other brands or like other makeup companies or whatever. Like, no, wait, I actually think this could be interesting because we could make this palette and we could document the process of coming up with the ideas, making the actual palette, making the marketing, doing like commercials.
No
like,
one's ever,
campaigns.
okay, so no one has ever shown the real behind the scenes of how you create a product. From zero to an idea on a piece of paper to it's in your hand ready to be shipped. No one's ever done that.
I can't wait to see exactly how to make a makeup palette thanks to this documentary. I can't wait.
Oh my god. So that's my concern. I don't want to get sued. And I feel like I have a lot of questions about like the beauty community in general. A lot of questions. Like I want to like talk about all this stuff. But there's some stuff that he hasn't even told me. Because he's like, it's too much. But I want to know about the whole world.
Why is it so chaotic?
It's like the mafia.
Yes, Shane. Eyeshadow palettes are exactly like the mafia.
It's the time of the season where love runs.
Guys, someone get Shane Dawson a Netflix contract. I can't believe he put opening credits in a YouTube video. Unrivaled. Nobody else has ever done... I'll stop. I won't really stop. That's the whole point of this video.
It's the time for the season.
Completely real and unstaged. I believe you, Shane. Thousands wouldn't.
I thought that is crazy.
What's it gonna take for people to just like stop the witch hunt or stop this trying to find America's next racist?
Making this high-pitched sound that where it sounds like she's crying, but people don't see tears.
There is no tear there. Ew! Oh!
Why did Shane include that bit of PewDiePie taking the mickey out of Laura Lee? Not that a lot of us, I mean, I think most of us did, but why did Jeffree ring Shane up and tell him, hey, you gotta drag like Laura and Manuel, yeah, you gotta... I just realised my lighting's fucked. 1 second. Wow, YouTubers who care about their lighting and setup, somebody get me a Netflix contract.
He's mad at me right now.
Oh yeah, because if you see right here, I was just about to pack my Jeffree Star outfit that I was so excited about, and then I realized my boyfriend uninvited me to this trip.
It makes it even worse when you see what you're wearing. I didn't invite you because I thought you would want to come, because I was like, oh, you're not going to want to be involved in this. It's going to be like chaotic and kind of like, here's the thing.
You know, after I watched this docu... I'm not going to call it that. Stop it. That's me shouting at myself. After I watched this vlog series the first time round, I got the sneaking suspicion that Jeffree didn't really like Ryland, and that's why Ryland was uninvited. So it's a bit odd that Jeffree went onto Ryland's podcast recently. Odd, or what's the word called? Damage control. Time will tell.
I'm freaking out, and I know you kind of are too, because we both have a fear of flying. If you Google private jet plane accidents, it's crazy. It happens more often than normal planes.
Yeah.
Because they're small, and then you have big people.
What is this serious talk about having a phobia of flying, and then you've got like little clips from movies of people falling out of planes? Shane, sometimes you can leave stuff up to the imagination, you know?
Also, Jeffree said I'm only allowed to wear Jeffree Star clothes in this series, so he gave me multiple extra large tracksuits. Oh.
Only allowed to wear Jeffree Star clothes in this series. Could this be any more of a PR stunt? How much did Jeffree give you?
I was gonna get a shot of you through the mirror, maybe say something dramatic.
I know that makeup doesn't make the person, but I want to make the makeup. Personally.
That's the same level of acting as his movie Not Cool.
Okay, I'm busted the community. I'm busted the apartment building. I'm so busted.
I see. Was that your Rich Lux impression, by the way, earlier?
Yes.
Busted the house! Incredible.
So I'm scared. I'm scared that people are gonna like think like, oh, Shane's ugly, Shane's fat, Shane's whatever. I'm so like fat right now. Like I have not worked out in months.
Yeah, but I mean, you could be one of the most beautiful people in the world, and there's still going to be people that are going to be like, ew, look at their smooth forehead, look at their shiny head. Do you know what I mean? There's always gonna, you literally just have to ignore that. There's probably people that call me ugly and busted. I don't care. I know I am.
I didn't know that was gonna happen. I should have known, because Jeffree, like drama, literally follows him. Like he has like a private jet of drama right behind his private jet. I don't know what that means, or like if now I'm a part of the drama.
Is this foreshadowing? Shane, you're a more talented director than I thought.
But I'm ready for it. No, I'm not. I hated it. So scared. When everybody was like talking about like Manny and Laura and all these people, I literally was having anxiety and I was freaking out. And I was like, am I gonna get like, are these people mad at me? Because they all follow me on Twitter. Are they mad at me now? Do they hate me now? Like, what does that mean?
I don't know, dude. Laura Lee's probably not fond of you because you included that clip of her crying.
Ryland?
Where is Ryland? Is he hiding?
I think he's actually bad. Should we take a last spin in the golf cart before we die? Come on.
Yes, let's exploit our personal relationship drama for a vlog. A glorified vlog. We love to see it around here.
When we have fights, we like to get on the golf cart and drive around the property while we fight.
We've never done that.
Well, we're doing that today.
Remember that line for in a second when he starts complaining about not being as rich as Jake Paul?
Come on, dogs, let's exercise.
But that face for a loco, smoking on the backwoods, sipping on loco. All these bitches screaming they be off for the cocoa.
We're 11 minutes in, 12 minutes in, and there's a little montage of them going around in a golf cart in their garden whilst the dogs chase them to, I think, Elijah Daniels' song. I'm trying not to get demonetized. Yeah, Elijah Daniels' song. Was it Clout 9? I don't know. Oh, Full Loco. I'm embarrassed. I'm embarrassed that I just exposed myself for knowing that Elijah Daniel has a song called Clout 9. Anyway. This is the premium content that I signed up for. People making a bed. 10 out of 10, IGN. When is Shane Dawson going to win an Oscar for being the best damn director that ever lived?
Get my dogs.
I forgot about that. What's his name? Andrew, the cameraman. I forgot about his hyena cackling at like... Oh, look at the dogs. Why is he laughing? Why is he laughing so much? There's... I think I have misophonia or something, you know, where you just hate noises and hate people chewing and... What? Why are you laughing so... It's not funny. It's... I think when Shane first started doing these videos that then transformed over time into documentaries, everyone had little traits that the audience enjoyed seeing. So Ryland would act a little bougie. Andrew would occasionally laugh. He wasn't like just a faceless, emotionless cameraman, you know? Morgan, I don't really know what she does. And the rest. I had a Simpson be like, little Marge, little Lisa, and the rest.
Little Bart. Little Lisa. Little Marge. And the rest.
But I think Shane wanted everyone to exaggerate more of that, because when you go into the comments on these videos, so many people are like, oh, I love that the cameraman laughs, and then it just gets exaggerated to this point where it's cartoonish. They're caricatures in themselves. Ryland is really, really bougie. The cameraman won't ever shut up laughing. And this is something that happens all throughout the series. He laughs at nothing. No wonder Shane liked keeping him around. It was like having your own personal laugh track. It must have been really, really ego boosting.
I miss you.
I rest my case.
Jeffree said it could be like good money. Here's the thing, can I just say, people think, oh, Shane, we're sick of Shane acting poor and like acting poor around Jeffree. I am poor around Jeffree. I just have never been that smart with like investing money, or I've never been a smart
Here comes the sob story. Get ready for it.
business person.
Well, you're not a money-driven person.
Okay, Ryland.
Like I grew up poor and then I started YouTube and then the money like slowly, progressed. But even now, it's not like I'm getting like $1 million checks or like, I'm not Bad Baby. I'm not signing like $1 million deals or like that's just not my life. And also I feel stupid that that's not my life because I feel like I look at the Forbes list and I see YouTubers like,
I'ma be on Forbes list, I ain't even 20.
Tana Mojo definitely hasn't ever been on the Forbes list. I hope. I don't know,
it sounds like a rant, but it's not. But I do see like all these YouTubers who started after me. it is embarrassing. Like when I look at that Forbes list and I look at like Alizee, Markiplier, all these people, I'm so not close to that it's like crazy.
I mean, okay, if you really want to get into it, firstly, you shouldn't compare yourself to others. Apparently, Neil Gaiman, let's get really off track. Neil Gaiman went to a party and spoke to someone who was like, I don't feel important enough to be here or whatever. And Neil Gaiman was like, you were the second person to walk on the moon. But even the second person to walk on the moon felt a little bit insignificant compared to Neil Armstrong, the first man to walk on the moon. Point is, you're still Shane Dawson, the multi-millionaire, sitting in your LA mansion in Calabasas. Not just LA, in Calabasas. So have a little bit of perspective. And also, Shane really can't compare himself to Jake and Logan Paul because Jake and Logan Paul had this habit of uploading every single day. Not only that, but Jake also catered to a Disney-type audience before he got kicked off of Disney. They've made loads of smart monetary decisions. They've had management teams and PR teams behind them, which Shane Dawson, I think, has always looked down upon YouTubers having managers, I'm pretty sure. Like, looked down upon Tana Mojo for having a manager. But that's the point of a manager and financial advisors. They will make these smart decisions for you. If you're not smart, like, hire someone to be smart for you. That's what Elon Musk does. Plus, Jake and Logan shoved down their viewers' throats constantly, buy my merch, buy my merch. They would make songs, singing, buy my merch. So, yeah, no wonder they make more money than you. Shane Dawson, who uploads once a year, if even that. It's not comparable.
Like, I'm so like, if I was on that list, I would be like in like the bottom 1,000. Do you know what I mean?
Okay, but a lot of people think that you are doing well, and you are doing well. You're just not doing Jeffree well.
Hardly anyone's doing Jeffree well, and that's absolutely fine. So what? Imagine having millions of dollars and then being like, oh yes, but I don't have hundreds of millions of dollars. At that point, mate, keep doing what you're doing, make that money, but also pick up a hobby that's more fulfilling than seeing numbers going up when you already have a lot of numbers in the first place. You know what I mean? Read a book, maybe. Right? No, he wrote a book, didn't he? Don't write a book. I have to write my books. Just, I don't know. Take up knitting.
I do want to like try. I want this series, but also this year. Like, I want to be smarter about this shit.
And you got it, Shane. But at what cost? It's all a little bit tragic, really, isn't it? God, I feel like a vulture right now.
I want to know more about business.
So if you want to see the transformation,
Keep on watching. So I kiss you in my head.
Well, I mean, we're 20 minutes in, Jeffree's not even appeared yet, and I just remembered that when the series was coming out, so it had all been filmed months in advance, and he claimed that he'd been working on it for months and months and months. But then, I think, one by one when the videos came out, he was re-editing to make sure he didn't get into trouble by including drama. Because he ran a poll on Instagram, and I remember this. Will I bother to find the evidence? No, you can just have my anecdotal evidence. I remember that he ran a poll on Instagram, do you want drama, yes or no? And it was either 50-50 or more yeses than no's, because look, people, especially in this age demographic, like drama. Drama is interesting. But he still elected to remove and edit out all the drama. But I found a comment on one of his videos once where people were complaining because as he was trying to put the videos out, they kept being pushed back and being late and it wasn't on time, and, you know, get him a Netflix contract, give him a Netflix documentary. As if Netflix would work with someone as unprofessional. Sure, sometimes I say, oh, I'll have a video up today, and then like, just don't do it because life gets in the way. But if this is something you've been, quote unquote, working on for months, why wasn't it ready on time? And also, you have such a massive audience and there was so much hype for it. But then, I remember seeing comments on his videos where people were complaining about, you know, the upload times and whatever. And someone said, it takes literally hours for them to edit even 1 minute of this footage. And it's like, wow, Shane Dawson has really kind of, I think gaslit is too strong a term, but something to that effect, convinced his audience that this takes like days, weeks, months to edit together. Not really, unless your internet speed is so slow that when you're downloading all the little stock image photos and little, you know, clips, if that's taking long, then maybe. But Shane really had some of his young audience convinced that a few seconds of this takes hours to edit. Not film, but edit. That's my little rant over. Anyway, thank you for coming to my TED Talk.
The most limited Gucci item of the collection. A one-of-a-kind, amazing brooch with a beautiful pig on it. My god. Isn't it so cool? I'm gonna cry. Is this all for real?
Listen, I'm a vegan. Pigs are beautiful, intelligent, and cute little creatures. They're like dogs, but pink. But to call someone a pig is still derogatory, generally speaking. Does anyone else get the feeling that Jeffree was being slightly shady when he gifted Shane all of that pig Gucci stuff? Because I know that Shane had a little bit of pig merch, but a whole massive Gucci line full of pig. I wouldn't say that or think that if it was almost anyone else doing it, but hasn't Trisha Paytas revealed how, you know, Jeffree would make fun of her drug use or her weight or her appearance or la da 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 da. I don't know. Seems just like a little backhanded gift set to me.
I've been doing this a long time.
Oh, see, then I feel fine. Like, so is it like a myth that smaller planes crash more? Got it.
No.
But you don't crash more.
Well, the only thing that's probably...
A lot of silence.
But, I don't know.
That pilot looks like he's thinking, I ain't paid enough to deal with this shit. Why don't YouTubers know how to interact with people?
Sometime I would be fine. Guess that I was wrong this time.
I make myself laugh in my head. I'm not even funny in real life, it's pathetic. I was just thinking, wow, we're 24 minutes in and we finally got like the first real glimpse of Jeffree Star in that car, and then I thought to myself, it was such a blink and you miss it moment. It's like cryptid footage, you know, where like you sight Bigfoot in a video for like a second.
I don't think life is ready for two big players to be taken out at once. That's just impossible.
I mean, maybe not taken out in a literal sense, but metaphorically, I think you ate those words this year, Jeffree.
So, you know, usually me, James Charles, Jacqueline Hill, whoever's free.
Yeah. That's what we like then.
Yes. Today. Things are growing. Some people like sink or swim. So a few people are sinking right now and it's fucking my money up. Like,
that's the real Jeffree Star right there. That little fucking my money up. Same energy as him on, what was it, on his Insta stories. He just starts like yelling. We are only halfway through the first episode and I have already had a short break to do some hoovering and cleaning. Yes, I preferred to do some hoovering over watch this. Let's get back into it.
so just for the record, my bodyguards are always armed, including right now. So, you know, like if anything ever, on the 1% chance, they shoot to kill.
Got it.
Jeffree Star thinks he really did something there. He thinks he's so cool. They shoot to kill. Okay, Jeffree, you sell makeup, not cocaine. I think.
No, I'm nervous because your audience, like the beauty guru audience, I'm afraid they're gonna judge. So, I don't know. So I'm scared. I'm freaking out. And these aren't people who are there for me. They're there for Jeffree, obviously. So what if they're like, wow, who's Jeffree's like fat friend that's so cute that he's like hanging out with like that fat girl and like, Jesus Christ. You know.
On one hand, I understand the concern because sure, there are a lot of people in the beauty industry who maybe are a little bit shallow. But on the other hand, you're still Shane Dawson. Jeffree Star's audience is going to be very aware of who you are. Did you not do a series prior with Jeffree where the first episode had like 60 or 70 million views? Quit the fake humble act.
They'll like zoom in on my body and put a circle around my like back fat or my leg fat and be like, whoa, Shane's big. Like, oh, Shane's gaining weight. Oh, it looks like Shane is getting fat again. Like,
That's
oh.
crazy, though.
Oh, there's like so many of those videos.
I'm very sure that Anision made that video.
There's like a security. There's you go.
See you in a minute. What's floor mine?
Thank you.
This one, that's great. Let me know when you're ready. Text me.
How was that? Let me know when you're ready. Text me. Why is he laughing? What is he laughing at? What are you laughing at, Andrew? What is Is Andrew still friends with Shane? Did I already ask this? Why does it feel like an eternity has already passed since I started doing this video? I should stop complaining. I mean, I'm the one doing this to myself.
Fruit. Pie in there.
I'm not a total bitch. That made me laugh.
I feel like I'm with the mob boss. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
Which I like. It's like I feel safe. But I also am like, what does that mean? It's like the mafia.
Why?
I don't know. That's another thing I want to know. It's crazy. Like, even in the car, it was like, are you filming?
Why does he look like that? It's funny how serious he is when the mask slips, isn't it?
It's like, no. It's like, okay. And then they would start like whispering about things.
That just seems really juvenile and high school-esque.
Wait, he's going in a trunk? What? He's going in a trunk?
Is he like that? Why is he just glaring at things? Voldemort, please!
He texted me. He said, we're about to order food. Come up.
No question mark at the end of it.
He's just asking you to come upstairs for food. Jesus Christ. You know Jeffree Star, like, breathes and shits and pisses like the rest of us, yeah? He's not some sort of alien. He's still just a human being. You don't have to make every little thing he does so mysterious and dark. He's just asking everyone, Jesus. No wonder Jeffree keeps Shane around, having such a hype man all the time for like any little thing you do. Oh my god, Jeffree invented ordering takeaway.
This is Rose. Cameron's here.
Who?
Cameron.
Cameron Dallas?
Hey, baby.
Ew, stop. Try to fuck him. I think he can't
Do you want to come hang out?
I said no, I
in the
can't
room?
remember.
Oh well, can't relate.
Funny how Jeffree is always saying, I don't want to be involved in drama. I'm having none of it. I will rise above it. But then on camera, there he is gossiping. I mean, he could have waited till the cameras are off, but he wanted them to be on, so it picked up the gossip. So, whatever.
What if me and Jeffree get in a fight? That's gonna happen, because I'm gonna have a breakdown at some point.
I hope not.
The whole internet waits with bated breath for that day to come. Hundreds of commentary videos will be made that day. That pink outfit is giving me Marge Simpson finding that Chanel dress and then modifying it vibes.
Drum roll, please. The Morphe Brushes Jeffree Star Brush Collection.
I really like that blue wig. Now imagine that blue wig with that pink suit he had. Marge Simpson vibes.
When I see other people being like, can't wait to sell out tomorrow, like, here we go, biggest launch ever, like, all that stuff.
Like that cocky attitude. I can like pretend sometimes to have that, but that's not me. Like, I'm the opposite.
Yes.
The next morning, after the fucking opening, is when that middle finger picture hit the internet and Dramageddon happened.
Beauty community is so petty. Oh my god, 4 people stuck their middle fingers up. Oh my god. Yeah, if people did that to me, I wouldn't even look on Twitter in the first place to see it, so. I just totally zoned out for that entire segment. I was too busy thinking about myself. Has Shane not done meet and greets? He's had a career for so long. Huh? Why is he acting like that? I'm gonna go get some vegan fried chicken. Hold on. Temple of Satan. in London is a real one.
The makeup industry isn't ready for you. They definitely weren't ready for me, and I've changed the fuck out of it, so they better buckle in.
He's changed the whole makeup industry, but Jeffree Star is very humble.
It's crazy to like be me and then also see myself everywhere.
Yeah, I know her.
I can totally relate to this. It's like when I go to my mum's and I'm on the TV because she's watching my videos, even though it's like, you got the live action show right here. Why are you messing around with that? I'm not appreciated, man. Do you reckon any of them tried to keep that and sell it on eBay later?
Big bars, mint cars, lined up on the boulevard.
Yeah, all of these like dodgy eyes that he keeps giving James Charles's portrait in the Morphe store really didn't age well.
A big smile, nothing means more to me than when I hear that you're proud of me. Acting like a kid because I never quite learned how to be.
It's like the Beatles. If the Beatles wore highlighter. Good God.
Sleepwalking through life like a daydream.
Really, Shane? You trying to tell me that Ryland wouldn't have loved posing in front of a private jet?
Oh my god.
I lost it. There's a piece of chicken in the middle. I'll fall for it.
Jeffree Star OnlyFans coming soon.
I'm gonna love you anyway. I'm gonna love you.
That song and this whole series, this is just Shane's love letter to Jeffree Star. The person he wishes he could be, I think. Jeffree is almost like the embodiment of every single high school bitch that would be mean to Shane. I think that's why Shane likes him so much. Because it's like, finally, he gets to sit at the cool kid table. This is what happens when you don't grow out of like a high school mentality.
No, I did. I thought you guys died because you said we're landing and then you didn't text me back.
Already mad at me.
I thought that you guys died.
It's so good to you.
Observation, Ryland has like the same facial proportions as, you know, like a Disney character. You know how cartoonists, when they want to make characters really cute, there's a certain pattern. No? He's like a little Peter Pan. That was a roundabout compliment, by the way. I'm not very good at doing real compliments. Part 2, the business part of beauty. I can't wait. I don't want to... We're going straight on to the second video. I'm not watching the little preview. That's the first video done. Okay, time for the next one. Don't you love how downhill this video has already gone, and we're not even on to the second episode of Shane Dawson's vlog? So, yes, it is morning time, hence why I'm still in my pyjamas, and by morning time I mean 1:15, so I'm having my morning cup of tea. And then we can crack on. These are new pyjamas. My boyfriend bought them for me because he is a simp. Relationship with Alizee ended. But look, they're bears and they're skiing. Anyway, also let me know how my... Why is this so difficult? I'm really putting off watching Shane's videos, sort of. God. Let me know how my skin is looking, because I was Christmas shopping yesterday in one of, like a department store. What was it? House Fraser, Debenhams? I don't know, something like that. I don't fucking know where I go. I don't know what goes on. I should have an assistant. I don't even know where I am right now. And some lady came up to me and started being like, you don't have too many lines. Thanks. And then she gave me some free samples, cruelty-free, of this brand. This isn't sponsored, so I'm not going to say what brand. But let me know if my skin... Because I feel like it looks... alright. And also by Christmas shopping, I mean, I only bought things for myself. I've gone back to drinking tea instead of coffee because I find that if I drink a coffee, the likelihood of me having some sort of existential crisis panic attack at 3 a.m. is increased by about 75%. That's some real maths and statistics for you. Percentages, whatever. So, where did we get to? Where is the tab? We are going to watch The Secrets of the Beauty World by Shane Dawson. I'm already upset.
What, are we ready to go here?
Oh my god. Shane. Wow. Good morning. How are ya?
Good.
You're like trying to make me look bad. You're trying to show me up.
I just wore whatever I thought was appropriate.
Andrew is just giving a shit, Shane.
I'm curious, like, if this happens, how much are we gonna get? And I say we, because you're getting a percentage too. Rylan, I'll figure that out.
Wait, am I getting a percentage?
What do you want?
I at least want like a lawyer percent, which is 5.
5%?
Why should Ryland get a percentage? What is he doing? He doesn't, I've seen this, he doesn't help with making the products or whatever, so why should he just get 5% just because he's Shane's fiance? Why? 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 Someone tell me that in the comments below. Why should he just, for like the, I need to take my Nutripix because my brain is not working right now. Just because he exists, he should get 5%? Why can't I get 5%? I haven't done anything to help, but I'm here, aren't I? So...
Do you want to film this? Because that's how real this is going to be. Like, he's like, do you want to film this? Or do you want to, like, not show this part? Because it's going to get, like, the nitty-gritty of it.
I'm eating some Twiglets for my brunch. Imagine if Jeffree had hired a team of actors for Shane's meeting. Because he doesn't trust Shane with, like, any of the process.
Wait, that's his favorite candy.
Oh, Kit Kat. White chocolate Kit Kats.
Thank you.
I'm so happy right now.
You're welcome.
No, I won't forget. I'll just talk slow. Yeah.
Why is there, like, a kind of sad montage of them literally just getting some sweets from the shop? Flashing back to the time they went with Jeffree to get sweets from the... Who cares? This is already boring me, so let's talk about me for a second. I really like Twiglets because they make me feel like I'm eating sticks, which is a vibe. Like, there was an episode of Mr. Bean where he's having this New Year's Eve party, and then he just chops some sticks off from a tree and he dips them in Marmite, and they're Twiglets, and I don't know, it kind of look nice.
Good morning. Hi. Hello.
That little hi. I've never seen Shane that excited to see Rylands, but what am I saying?
Paint machine made for me. It is called Starfighter. If you look on the side, that's me.
Are you fighting all your ex-friends?
Yeah.
It's a long game.
Alright, I found that bit funny.
Like Miss James Charles.
Yeah, so that's new, right? Since the
Yeah.
last series, James signed with you guys.
Yeah, we're officially with Sisters Apparel.
I just googled because I'm curious. Shane Dawson's Balenciaga grey hoodie. And there's one here that looks kind of similar to his Balenciaga. And it's £750. Yet in the previous episode, Shane Dawson really had the absolute gall to be all, wait, I'm not as rich as Jake Paul. Get out.
They are a client of ours now.
Look how nice Emma Chamberlain looks there. I've got a big soft spot for her. Just throwing that one out there.
Zoo in here.
So, since the last series, your makeup line, has it gotten even bigger?
100% yes. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, with growth and with our amazing series, things have been unreal. It's like,
wow.
Yeah. Like when I say you changed my life, I was not fibbing 1 second.
Why is Shane surprised by that? Like, the last series they did got hundreds of millions of views. Obviously, people are then going to see, oh, looks like Jeffree's reformed, guess I'll buy his makeup now. I don't know why Shane tries to act naive, it's annoying.
How much does James sell? A lot. Just right now. So he's sold already?
Yeah. So we're just shipping hoodies and clothes all day. He's doing so amazing, so proud of him. And he's really killing it. He's like my little brother. Alright, y'all.
Well, that aged terribly.
The palette thing though is so different. I have never sold thousands of anything. I'm not selling thousands of anything a day.
Okay.
How do you do that?
Correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't Shane Dawson have merch in Hot Topic and a book?
Have you also thought about putting Andrew's face on merch or doing that? And he can sell them and they can be
Wait, I'm gonna cry.
Yeah,
that's
yes,
so
we
cool.
can, yeah.
Nobody would ever think about that. So the fact that he was thinking about that, I was like, that's crazy.
This is a very minor complaint. But these types of people, their reaction to anything mundane is, that's crazy, that's so crazy, man, oh my god, this is wild. Like, the bar is so low. We need a new word for you guys instead of crazy, because that's not putting your face on some merch isn't crazy. Crazy is smearing shit on the...
You're sweating pretty bad.
Oh my bad.
Yeah.
Is it really bad?
I mean, it's not bad.
Bro, that hoodie costs hundreds of dollars, can you not?
I mean, is it given that Shane
I'm
was
cold.
standing? I'm always cold.
Deceased.
Wealthy. Yeah, I want everything to be organic.
Are these scented?
I don't like to add too much because I feel like it fucks with the formula.
I'm just so surprised how easy they were to blend on the eyes. This is everything.
My Chemical Romance just came out of an eyeshadow palette and it sold out and I didn't get it in time, so I'm not happy about that, man.
I want to say one thing. Okay. I know we've been working on trademarks and certain things for you, so conspiracy and controversy are now ours to use for anything in the makeup world. Illuminati is tricky, but I say that we flip the spelling and spell it Illumina-T-E-A. How are ya?
If I was in the real Illuminati, I would sue them so fast. Just because I wouldn't want my, you know, top secret organization being associated with Shane and Jeffree's makeup palette. No, really think about it. Imagine you're a reptilian, right? From a race that's been around for millions of years, is so much more advanced than us, and you've been concocting this plan since the dawn of civilization to ultimately control humanity and siphon humanity's energy because reptilians are fourth dimensional bottom feeders. What am I talking about? Imagine you're that, and then Shane and Jeffree come along like, tee, look at our makeup palette. Wouldn't you be so annoyed?
Like, if you had to give a number, how much did you personally, like, in your bank account take home for, like, your biggest palette?
This is what he really cares about. Doesn't even need to be said.
Blood sugar for one palette?
What even was that camera work?
I was kind of filming.
Shane just shit himself.
So this is how much you took home?
Yeah, I probably shave $1 million off of that, but yeah. Cheers.
Wait.
And there we go, everybody. That is the real reason for this collab.
You thought what?
I thought there was one digit less than that, and I still was like, oh.
Yeah. It's nuts.
Okay, so we have a lot to live up to.
$20 million is obviously a lot of life-changing money, but I just don't believe any of Shane's reactions. I feel like he was putting that on because his eyes sort of glazed over and he was like in shock. When you've not even made that amount of money yet, you're just looking at a number on someone's phone's calculator. Do you know what I mean? I can't believe anything he does is authentic. I feel like he puts a lot on for the camera. Even though, yeah, it still is, oh wow, that's a lot of money, but maybe I'm just hypercritical because it's Shane.
And then you would have your own site for whatever you want to create. Bathrobes, slime. Shane wants to make slime, so start researching and resourcing.
Oh,
thank you.
Yes.
I watched a lot of videos. You might have to teach me how to make slime, to be honest.
This was filmed in February, right? And he's only just recently announced the launch of his slime, is it root beer scented collection? Why has it taken that long? Granted, I don't know anything about the slime industry or the intricacies of making slime, so I might just be ignorant.
See?
Well, I have a problem already. You did Ryland's makeup.
Okay.
And you put on one of my enemy's primer on his skin.
Wait, what?
I couldn't believe his skin didn't melt.
Wait, what? Whose enemy? What?
My enemy.
Who's your enemy?
So fucking dramatic and petty. Wait, what? I put a primer on my fiance's skin? Oh, Jeffree, please forgive me. You were both in your 30s. Grow up. Oh my god.
So the owner of Too Faced and I are not friends. He called, him and his sister called my brand clown makeup.
Whoa.
It's crazy. All jokes aside, their packaging is great. Their formula has went downhill over the years since they've been bought. And yeah, the beauty community is crazy.
Oh my god, the beauty community is so crazy. Some guy called my makeup clown makeup. Have you ever heard of anything as wild in your life?
That's kind of sick, yeah. A shade name called Tanacon.
That's
sick.
Is it just not going to be in there? What? Is it just not going to be in there?
The shade. Oh. Yeah. Oh. Do you think he'll be waiting in line at the lab to get filled?
Because there's no way to fucking get in.
It was dumb. I should have done it.
I forgot about that Tanacon doc. Shall I look at that after I do the Jake Paul one? Let me know in the comments below.
So there's a lot that goes into it. So on paper, what's a rough estimate of what blood sugar cost?
About $20. Really? To make it?
Yeah. After all the shipping, all the manufacturing, everything's put in together.
And
That's a lot.
And that is a lot. And when other brand owners are going to be watching this series, if this is in here, they're going to be shook.
When other brand owners are going to watch this series. I mean, you got 23 million views, which is still, it's a lot of views, but it's not as much as the first series that Jeffree started. Realistically, are other brand owners watching this? Do they care? Or do you just think that highly of yourself? I don't know.
So their cost of good could be $7 and they're selling it for $48, which is like a 700% markup, and it's astronomical. I'm doing way more custom shit, you feel me? So it's scary.
Yes, Jeffree. It's terrifying, it really is.
I think that you're bringing more to the table than Manny and anything I've done before, so I would definitely raise it up.
By bringing more to the table, he literally just means, oh, you have more followers than money.
But she accepted a deal.
Let's start with what I'm most excited for, my palette.
Where they gave her a flat fee of $50,000, and that was it. She made no money from the palettes. The brand went on to sell over $10 million of product. And when I kind of let that secret out, it turned really ugly online. So of course, Too Faced hates me.
When Jeffree let that secret out, I mean, was it your secret to let out? I agree that they obviously fucked Nicki over. Influencer, I hate that word. Influencer marketing is still kind of a new beast, and companies will try, this is to my other fellow YouTubers, companies will try to rip you off. If you don't know the true value of like your CPM, a company that wants to work with you isn't going to tell you if you're underselling yourself because they want to cut on costs too. But at the same time, Jeffree's saying it's a secret that he let out. I'm not too clued up on the whole thing, so I'm just going off of what this documentary is presenting me with. But Jeffree let the secret out, and now they're bringing it up again in front of 23 million people. Does Nicki want this spoken about? Was she even asked? Who fucking knows?
But
well, they should. But because you exposed the fucking grossest thing I've ever heard in my life.
Exactly.
That's the grossest thing you've ever heard in your life, babe. Shane, I implore you, please read a history book sometime. Look up this thing called The Boats. Probably grosser than... And she did get fucked over, but an already successful influencer being fucked over by a more successful company is taking advantage. It is. Not the grossest thing I've ever heard, though. About the Brazen Bull, the boats, any sort of historical war atrocities. Shane, please, there is a whole life outside of YouTube, Shane. I do make a point of pointing out when people are being way too overdramatic for my taste, and that's because if someone always speaks in such hyperbole, how can I trust their judgment? How can I take them seriously with anything when they are being serious about something? If they're prone to constant exaggeration, you just can't. That's why I kind of point it out when it happens.
Merch stuff, we don't have to do like full, but just a rough example. Like,
is this guy's idea of research for this really serious business meeting in which they're talking about millions of dollars? He's just Googled Shane Dawson and gone to like Google images. Maybe they are hired actors.
Wait. So 70%, when you say 70-30, I get 30, you get 70.
You get 70. So whatever the profit is, I mean, we could look at a hoodie for 45, which is $21 on a hood sale. So
I actually feel like I'm gonna pass out and throw up.
I mean, look at it. Yeah, that's crazy.
Sucks.
I mean, this is a good thing, though.
I've been getting fucked.
Oh.
I mean, you know, he can sit there and be like, I've been getting fucked. In the same breath, 15 minutes prior, he was making fun of YouTube managers. Oh, well, they don't do anything and then they cash a check. If you'd had a YouTube manager, they would have helped you because they have a vested interest in helping you because they get a cut of your percentage, right? But they would have helped you not get fucked. So it's just not smart business, whatever.
The amount of money all these young YouTubers are making right now from merch stuff, because like the fact that
the amount of I keep saying want to say YouTubers, but not Pokemon. The amount of money these young YouTube we're only minutes into this video, by the way, and I feel like I've been filming for an hour. The amount of money these young YouTubers are making because they have managers. They have whole teams behind them, Shane.
That's a real thing. Nobody's ever told me that you could make that much money from selling a shirt, because I always am like,
He's getting upset, and I mean, I can see his point. I'd be upset too if I realised I'd been, you know, fucked over. At the same time, though, he still has that mansion in Calabasas, doesn't he? But it's valid being upset about it, but also you still need to have the perspective of, well, I've been fucked over, but hey, I'm still doing like quite well. Yeah, but I don't want to. There's a lot of things to be critical about in this vlog, but I don't want to be so overly critical about like any reaction that Shane has, because I do feel it is. Am I taking it back already? Yeah, it is valid. I'm undecided on this one. Let me know what you think in the comments below.
I mean, that's why James ended up here.
Yeah, could we tell you something really quick off camera? James has made like a lot already, and it's insane.
Can I tell you something quick off camera? And then the camera's still on, just so you hear Jeffree say, James has made a lot of money, whatever, and then it stops. Why would you include that? If it's meant to be off camera, off the record, and it's about James Charles, why would you include this?
Like, it's real shit.
I'm so stupid.
Why is Andrew laughing at that? Shane's clearly a bit upset. Why? Like, it sounds like he started laughing and then he stopped when he realised, oh, Shane isn't doing like a little bit. This is what happens when people just become caricatures of themselves.
You've been down a crazy path, and I feel like once we've made some magic, like obviously we're gonna create until we want to die, but like from your own merch store and makeup, like you could retire.
At the same time though, putting this stuff in the documentary is pushing a narrative of, oh, poor Shane, he's always been fucked over, blah, blah, blah. And it incites sympathy and pity with the audience, with his core audience, who then in turn are much more likely to buy the palette to show how much they love and appreciate Shane. And I know I'm right, because I did see comments when this all came out, like this comment, if you're going to buy the palette to show Shane that we love him and support him, and it would get like tens of thousands of likes. I don't know if I'll be able to find that kind of stuff now, but I 100% saw that stuff. So it does work. Even if his feelings are, you know, quite valid, it's still being used to push a narrative for them to exploit.
I've never, and I know it's because you're my friend and stuff, but I've never had, like, I literally, in my 12 years on YouTube, I've never had anybody say, you deserve that, or like, oh, we're gonna give.
I'm sure a lot of your audience have at some point said, you deserve this, Shane, you king, blah, 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 blah.
It's refreshing as hell. I mean, that's like my adjective for it. Sitting through a meeting like that is a one-time thing. I mean, I've sat in meetings with you, and it's just the same thing.
Well, hey, look on the bright side. Once Shane, you know, gets his millions from the makeup palette, he'll be able to buy some trousers that don't have rips in them.
I mean, you know, it's just like, I'm like nice.
Nice people generally don't have to tell you that they're nice.
You're nice but naive. And it's time to change that, because I used to be the same way.
When has Jeffree ever been nice and naive? Come on. You can't just rewrite your own history like that. Why can't people ever just say, hey, I was a cunt. I used to be a cunt. Still am a little bit.
Yeah, like when I think root beer and I'm thinking about it, maybe that one.
So, you know the terms now, right? Okay. Between matte versus shimmer or metallic. If it looks flat like that, these are all matte shades, and then we'll add in some shimmer, you know, instead of the brown.
So I think a matte... Woo! A matte shade.
Those girls look so unimpressed. The bar is so low. He said the word matte and everyone. Jeffree's like, oh, well done, Shane.
Yeah, do we want a Cheeto dust moment? Like, what's the name of her? We gotta flip this down.
Cheeto dust.
I mean, hot is a shade name.
Diet Cola. Like the aluminum can. Like a black shade that's called my Uber series.
My pills.
Considering the palette is meant to be, it's a conspiracy palette, so it should be conspiracy based. How is any of this, you know, Ubers, Flaming Hot Cheetos, Diet Root Beer, unless I missed the memo and reptilians actually love all that shit, what's it really got to do with conspiracies? It's just more of a, it shouldn't be a themed palette. Maybe I don't know what I'm talking about. Yeah, I like makeup and I use makeup, but I'm not like an aficionado like a lot of people. But you'd just kind of assume, wouldn't you, that if it's called the Conspiracy Palette, it'll be themed. But it's not. It's more of just a Shane Dawson theme, right? Am I wrong? I mean, with Jeffree's Blood Sugar and... I don't have any of his palettes, but I have seen the shade names and they are related to what the palette is called.
Andrew, period.
Are you filming?
Are you filming?
Oh my god. Yes. Are you filming?
I was about to say, because we don't say action. You asked me if we're filming. And
Wait, okay. If for Are You Filming, it should be like an Andrew vibe. You have red hair, Regs do well. I'm thinking.
Cool, I just want like an orangey red for like Andrew's moment. What do you guys like more? This one or that one?
I'm going to have to bite the bullet and look into... Because Andrew and Garrett are now doing a podcast. I've not listened to any of it. I don't know if they even mention any of the Shane Dawson stuff. I feel like a lot of the Shane Dawson criticism has been around for a while. It just wasn't as vocal back then. So if Andrew has stopped working with Shane professionally or, friendship-wise, only because of the amount of backlash he's been receiving and not because of, like, his actual actions, then that is quite weak. I understand wanting to distance yourself from someone professionally because it might not be a good look for you, but it's still weak, especially if, he's getting like a shade name and Shane's had him heavily featuring things, and in that regard, he's been almost like a good friend. So if it's purely, I can't be seen with you because of this backlash, not because, like, I recognise that what you did was wrong in different ways. Because it's just inauthentic. It's like how Shane basically saved Tana Mojo's career. And when people called out Tana Mojo for not defending Shane, she hit back with, with all this that happened last year, she hit back with, it's not the time or the place because of everything going on right now. And it's like, you can't use the excuse, everything going on right now, when you've been partying throughout a pandemic. You can't use that, you just can't, You can't use that just to save your own back because you don't want to get the backlash of being friends with him. I mean, say you want about Trisha Paytas, but she's proven that she's a pretty dedicated person to him, right? I don't know, it's sort of a bit messy. Basically, I will say I have not looked into it fully, but I'm dubious about the intentions of people that have been really close and then immediately push said person away when they get loads of backlash. But they might have discussed it, but I don't think so. I don't know. I'll have to look into it.
That's literally a sign.
Oh my god.
Fucking teabag? What does it say on it?
Wait, let me read it out loud. Fucking weird, man. This is too weird. You read it out loud.
Literally just picked up a tea bag off of the floor like it's a crystal ball. What?
Trust is the union of intelligence and integrity.
I gotta go.
That's literally...
Oh, please. How staged.
yeah, it's really cool. I mean, it's cool to see you do, like, put your creative mind to something else. It's cool. And then, like, with Jeffree, it's cool.
I am not keen on Andrew's mumbly little voice, like he is vocal frying really deeply. What? We're only 2 episodes in and I am mad. I'm mad. It's your
There's no excuse. No excuse. Get out the way. Ouch, my nipples.
That would be a real challenge, trying to watch like 10 hours worth of his videos.
It's not a lot with the beauty community, which is scary. Because I feel like I'm already getting hate right now.
Already get hate right now. That aged badly too.
This is a highlighter.
Whoa. What the hell? It's like...
Whoa.
I have that highlighter palette still. I bought it years ago and I use it because it's got a big mirror, but can anyone tell me I have some good cruelty-free, preferably vegan highlighters? Sound off in the comments below. That isn't Jeffree Star related.
Whoa. Whoa.
Oh, I just got the chills.
You did? Whoa, that's
my
crazy.
God.
You actually just got goosebumps.
Whew, just talking about whenever we're together, the energy is so heightened. You're my drug.
So the sexual tension. Well, that was nice. That was the second episode over and done with. I'm probably going to go put on some makeup now so I can sit down and do the next few episodes until I want to blow my brains out. It's a few hours later, I finally managed to put on some makeup and I looked back at that previous footage and my hair and face looked awful and greasy. But if you think that I'm going to rewatch that entire episode, it's just not happening. So let's soldier on in the name of science. The Dangerous World of Jeffree Star.
So there's just a lot of concerns here, and it's really scary when you can't trust certain people or you're not sure. I'm doing background checks of everyone. Like,
Jeffree makes everything so dramatic because he wants his life to be like a movie to make it more interesting.
And so yesterday, if you didn't see it, Shane Dawson was trending, and he was trending for a different version of the same thing we've talked about before, his past joke.
We all copy and paste the same tweet.
He wrote, I didn't f my cat, I didn't f on my cat, I didn't put my anywhere near my cat.
Can I say this? Do I put this in this video? When that whole cat thing came out, because on a podcast he said that he'd masturbated onto one of his cats when he was younger, I just thought, oh, there was, whether we like to, whether it's okay by modern standards, modern, it was only like 10 years ago, there was a time on the internet where people were just as edgy as possible and they said weird shit to get a reaction out of people, to get a response. That's very much when I was a teenager, the internet I grew up with were people being vile and, you know, you got Jeffree Star telling people to kill themselves. That, to me, was so normal as a 13-year-old on the internet. It was almost expected to have someone tell you to kill yourself. Do you know what I mean? That's the internet I, as a boomer, grew up with, right? So I did think, maybe people are taking it a little bit out of context, whatever. And then I actually listened to that bit on his podcast where he said the cat stuff, right? And to me, it didn't even really sound like a joke because there wasn't a proper, I'm not saying he's a not even a world star comedian, just a comedian by any sort of comedy club standards, any stand-up standards. Because he's not, he doesn't know how to frame jokes, punchlines, there's an art to it, you know? Look at me, the big I am, I've only ever done a few gigs. But when I listened to it, him on this podcast talking about how he wanked on his cat, it didn't really sound like a joke. It did kind of sound... Can I say this? I'm just going to say it. It sounded like he was being edgy and he was trying to be shocking and get a rise out of people. But if you told me right now that 100% factually Shane Dawson once masturbated onto a cat, I would probably go, yeah, I can believe that. But that's just me. That's the opinion I've come to. I can imagine him being the type of person to masturbate onto a cat. I don't know if I'm going to check with someone if it's okay for me to even say that, because that's just me saying, yeah, I can see it. It's not me saying it definitely happened. Just, I can see it. So it's funny that, okay, right, yeah, anyway. You tweeted everything. And if anyone wants to come at me for laughing like, yeah, I can see it, I'm not the one who did it.
Also physically not possible, but we're not gonna get into it. Imagine anybody putting their dick anywhere near a cat. Literally not possible.
Yeah, the cat would scratch you and slice your balls off and stuff. I don't reckon he's ever fucked a cat. But if someone said to me once he masturbated under... Anyway.
It's your first Shane is Over party.
Oh yeah, it's your first one. Congratulations.
And not the last.
Congrats.
I don't think that'll ever be a real thing.
What?
The Shane is Over party, that would never happen.
Well, that aged badly too.
Because right now it's still Shane Dawson, Over party, and then Shane Dawson's, which I'm assuming cat comes after that.
I mean, honestly, that's part of the problem. If this stuff is getting to you, like, why are you sitting there on Twitter refreshing it? If you yourself think that what people are saying isn't true, then why are you doing that to yourself? Maybe just don't use, like, Twitter's always going to be awful. Regardless of whether the person they're talking about is awful or not, Twitter's always going to be awful. Just don't use Twitter and don't also if you're in the middle of a controversy, maybe don't sit there refreshing, you know, the page to see the many different ways that people are going to hate on you. I don't know, that just... Because there's valid criticism of Shane, and then there's a lot of just hate, right? Hate and bile and, you know, kill yourself, that kind of stuff, you know? So, I don't know why you'd put yourself through that. If I landed myself in a controversy, I wouldn't be looking at Twitter. But also, I'm self-aware enough to know if I've been a dickhead or a bellend, because I've been a bellend a lot. I'm self-aware enough to know that, I think. So I wouldn't need hundreds of people telling me I'm an arsehole.
Now I have to apologize for not fucking my cat, but saying I did, right? It literally is all old ass stale tea. I'm not gonna stress out anymore. I'm not gonna let it ruin my life anymore. I'm not gonna let the drama ruin my life. I need to start using it to my advantage. I've never done that.
This is weird to see in the context of this year and him, you know, leaving the internet temporarily. It's very odd to see. I do think if you've messed up, but you apologise and you mean it, and you don't engage in repeated patterns of that said negative behaviour, you can't dictate whether people should accept your apologies or not, but also at the same time, if you have apologised wholeheartedly and you mean it and you've changed your behaviour, then I don't think you should, if people still choose to dislike you because of that, you yourself should just move on with that and accept, okay, you're going to dislike me, fine, but I'm not going to sit here and grovel repeatedly. That's what I think, because you can't go around living your life groveling repeatedly for doing dumb shit. You can't. You yourself have to let go and move on. But he's never really addressed the whole inappropriate with children stuff, getting them to send in pictures or whatever. He's never really addressed that. And also, maybe you yourself are not engaging in, you know, negative behaviours anymore, but then you hang out with people who do, like Trisha or Jeffree. I don't know, it's a mess.
And I'll still apologize for things, but I'm not gonna let it affect me. So now I'm like, all right, how do we use this to our advantage?
How do you use it to our advantage? Make a palette and make lots of money.
I'm making a pact right now. The next time one of these things happens, I'm literally gonna lean into it, and I'm gonna tweet something like, oh, Sao is trending, here's my fucking palette link, bitch, or something like that.
You didn't this year though, did you? But he has come back to try to shill his merch on Instagram though. This is weird watching it in, you know, a year later. Because if you're gonna have that devil may care attitude, then just do that. If you're gonna refuse to give a fuck anymore, then again, just do that. And there will be people that respect you for that, rightfully or wrongfully, respect you for that, right? But he hasn't done that. He ran away with his tail between his legs this year. So, a lot of big talk, innit?
Oh yeah, no, I'm getting married. But I definitely feel differently now than I did maybe like 10 years ago about it.
Same.
Now I'm like, oh yeah, no, I have to. This makes sense. Why not? Duh.
Great content.
I swear, if Shane comes back with a redemption series that culminates in a climax, or a culminating climax of the same fucking thing, Jesus Christ, what do I think I am? Tana Mojo misusing big words to try to appear smart. Took an IQ test earlier, 136, 4 points off a genius, but we knew that already. I'm really hungry right now, and it's like upsetting me, which in turn is making me kind of hyper and excited for my food that I've ordered. Mukbang on this channel whilst we watch this. God, I'm so lonely right now. This is a mess. What? Yes, if he comes back with a series, right, and then the end episode, the climax is he gets married to Ryland, I'm gonna spit on my floor and then have to clean it up with some towels.
I'm done. I think this whole series is teaching me how to be more like Jeffree. Jeffree doesn't take shit from anybody.
It's a good thing though, how to be more like Jeffree,
He wouldn't take fucking $4 a shirt. He wouldn't take shit from brands. He wouldn't take shit from all these motherfuckers. And he wouldn't give a fuck about being trending on Twitter for...
And he also falsely accused someone of being a predator, but okay. I was thinking about that, I'm like, all things in my life that were really, 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 really bad led me to like the greater good. Look how drunk Morgan is. You know, the fucked up little addict part of my brain is kind of a tiny bit, it's like when I'm watching TV and then they start getting drunk on TV and then I'm like, God, I wish that could be me. I could be living a glamorous life, being drunk on a TV show. If I still, no. Imagine if I still drunk and made this whole video into like a drinking game. I'd be dead. Take a shot every time Shane Dawson throws himself a pity party. Take another shot every time Jeffree Star gossips. Oh, hello, alcohol poisoning. I don't recommend that, by the way. No one try that. I don't recommend it. Have a glass of water.
The component, everything. You can literally draw something on a piece of paper and she can articulate that.
Why is Shane covered in cat hair? Unfortunate timing considering the first 10 minutes of this episode. No, but seriously, I know that cats... I had a cat. I have a dog that lives with my dad, and he just, you know, every time you go near him, he just sheds everywhere. I get it. Animals, like, but can't you get one of those lint rollers? Like, you're in your first design meeting. It's just unprofessional, and it's for a beauty product, no less. And you turn up just covered in hair, in a hoodie that looks, it looks messy, it looks a bit dirty. Like, I know that you're Shane Dawson and you're friends with Jeffree Star, so it's not like you two need to give a shit about that kind of thing. But also, wouldn't it be nice for everyone else there if it looked like you gave a shit? Oh, whatever. This is old. Why do I care?
And when you turned, you know, maybe like the way you open it is you turn that thing and maybe the screen pops open and all the shadows are inside.
See, that could be sick. Yeah, I don't want you to take this layout and just put a logo on it, right? Like, I want you to make your own layout.
I'm jumping ahead of the gun here, but that's pretty much what they did. It was like indistinguishable from, it was just another Jeffree trunk, right? The TV idea might have been, I don't know if it would have been that feasible, but like it was something different at least, you know?
Oh, wow.
That's okay.
That's it.
Oh my god, wait. Oh my god, this is so good. Holy shit. Wait, I need to take a picture of this.
Considering this is his palette, right? It's Shane Dawson's palette with Jeffree Star. What's Shane actually done? He's just... So he's picked out the shades, picked out the names. They're coming up with the little hand imprint things. Someone else is going to come up with the design that he can then pick from. I mean, am I just being unfair and expecting Shane to have more of an active involvement? Or was it originally sold as, well, Shane is going to show us the process from beginning to end, but we're not really seeing that. We're seeing more of tip of the iceberg kind of stuff. Do you know what I mean? Does that make sense? Am I being fair? I don't know.
Wait, it's half approved?
Yeah.
What?
You have to test it with a brush on your lip.
Oh, with like full...
I love my straight husband reads you to the ground.
Yeah, teach me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, if it translates on a brush. Then...
I wonder whatever happened to Nate. Like nowadays, I mean.
Fucking wasted energy. It's just waking up and realizing, like, I almost want to go back in time and tweet, shut the fuck up. Right? It's so stupid.
Whoa, you really are changed.
Yeah, this is so stupid. We're all literally talking about this when 50 people died 3 days ago, and when the fucking world is almost over, and when everything's fucked up, and you're talking about me pretending that I came in my cab. Shut the fuck up. Damn it, I wish we could go back in time. Next time.
Next time, but he didn't. I mean, I genuinely don't feel that one should pay attention to the overreactionaries on Twitter, of which there are many, but it doesn't invalidate all and every very real criticism. It's a double-edged sword, because I feel that in most cases, you know, the is over party and the cancel culture brigade is dumb. I do think, like, you know, with Charli D'Amelio a few weeks ago, and a lot of people on the internet just decided to have a go en masse at a 16-year-old over nothing. Absolutely ridiculous. But then when we've got very real criticism, the overreactionaries take away the valid points of the real criticism. It's like the whole, I'm not going to believe you if you're trying to speak normally about something if you usually speak in hyperbole. It's like the boy who cried wolf scenario. And the problem with it then is, if you see that people just overreact to any minor thing on the internet, when there's something real to react about accordingly, you conflate the overreactionaries with the moderate reactionaries. You kind of, and then you take things that, I fell into that trap of, you know, being on Twitter and thinking, oh God, everyone's just like yelling about anything all the time. And I would then miss over the things that were actually valid, because I would just think, oh, well, it's just people being overreactionary. You know what I mean? So it's a whole problem.
What the fuck? That's so crazy that just happened.
Sorry, my brain isn't processing what you just said.
What are the chances that Andrew walks in and then Shane goes, oh, hey, look, I got a voice note from Jeffree, and then it's saying that?
With a cat in the drama video somewhere else.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of thought that was coming, but yeah.
Well, that's excellent promotion for that drama video, dude.
Oh my god. This looks good. I want to put this on my brow ball, bitch.
Woo! And then, other ideas such as, just for fun little promotions, like me and you laying, posing on a flat earth. Yes! Yeah!
Oh my god.
Wait, I'm so excited.
Oh my god.
Wait, it looks like your nails.
Whoa.
With the brown? I know that's weird, but it's not.
Flat earther shit is so basic. It's like conspiracy theory light. It's... Don't even talk to me about conspiracy theories. If you're going to come out at me with flat earth or, oh, Chuck E. Cheese, different sized pizzas. The earth is hollow. The moon is a hologram. Reptilians controlled the planet from inside the earth, where it's hollow. It's where they live. There's an inside sun. Something, Anunnaki. Don't even try me with this flat earth. It's boring.
This is iconic.
What?
My pills.
My pills, yeah.
Oh my wow, this is such a good, like, wearable.
Yes, that's my pills. I started putting my pills in a Gucci box. Upgrade.
From Jeffree, by the way.
Thank you, Jeffree. Not the pills, but the Gucci box.
Imagine if I got a palette with someone vegan, someone cruelty-free, Urban Decay or whatever. And then imagine if I had a pure white and I called it cocaine. And then next to it, like a red, and I called it addiction. People would be mad at me.
Do you guys have any answers, or it's just a big question mark like me? Yeah, like,
Oh, I have
why?
like 5 different things that it could be. It could be a company I just settled a lawsuit with that is mad that they had to pay me. It could be the same people that did the makeup thing to you. It literally could be somebody in the makeup community that hired both teams. Like we don't which
know.
would make more sense because it was the same day. Literally the same
day.
Or maybe it's just people not enjoying your weird jokes about wanking onto cats.
I can, this is what I'm good at. It's like, girl, you know what I mean? Like, oh yes, honey.
Whoa.
It's like,
The way they're acting, like it's a movie and there's loads of blackboards full of equations and Jeffree just walks in and he just starts, so like in The Day the Earth Stood Still, the Keanu Reeves remake, where he just walks in and that's how they're acting, like, and Jeffree's just moving some colours around. Do you know what? This is just coleslaw, by the way, in case you're wondering. I understand why they all want to be friends with each other, because all they do is hype each other up for like the most, like the bar is so low. If I went up to my friends and I started doing this, just move some colours around and stuff, my mates would just, they wouldn't be impressed at all.
I don't want that, because then it's showing that we're vulnerable, and this will be a full fucking 180 fortress in 7 days, and this won't happen again. So I don't want even to imagine that James Charles is like, oh my god, is my merch not safe? It just causes doubt, and there's no point.
Do you think it's funny how Jeffree's always kind of mentioning James Charles, like slipping him in there? He has James in his mind a lot, doesn't he?
So once they figured out where they were going to drop in, they used a saw, literally cut a person-sized hole in the roof, drop down to the landing.
I like how they put a big red arrow there, as if me or you aren't going to be able to realise that that's the hole that was cut in the roof. Also, it sounds a bit like a movie, doesn't it?
I'm so embarrassed that it happened, you know what I mean? I'm just so sad, and it really just feels personal. Because they stole Blue Blood, and they stole Red Bull. Why? Look at Andrew, Shane, Jeffree.
What? How many? I stole Red Bull?
We only have 5 cases out there, and they're all gone.
Hi, Red Bull. How are you?
It feels personal because they stole Red Bull, a beloved energy drink enjoyed by millions. Huh? Maybe they were just thirsty.
How like white silver. Like that. Whoa. Yeah, that's good.
Fountain of Rod. Shane, you're out of control. You should have been cancelled for that.
I was like, leave a comment or whatever.
Anastasia could have paid you $200,000 plus to do this giveaway. That's how much you just gave them so much free publicity, which is so cool because they're friends of mine. But you could have done at least $250,000 Instagram sponsorship.
Oh my god.
Like, you're just telling people about their palette instead of mine.
This is not sponsored.
Life is weird, isn't it?
The rubric can just move by itself. Both of us saw it.
Literally the can not getting wet.
It moved toward him.
Maybe that's like a sign. Maybe it's like some fucking,
It's like you're gonna be okay.
like my guardian angel. Or like my like drama ghost.
I mean, Morgan's been drinking and Shane loves exaggerating, so I'm not going to believe either of them if a can of root beer moves around.
Cry on my couch and sleep paralysis. Fitting.
Basically being my last week.
How is this real? Oh my god, the looks that you can create from this already. I'm spitting and choking. Like, how is this real?
Wow, the camera footage so shaky. Netflix could never.
The problem when you have 18 shades only, they go quick. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is 21.
So we got the shades here, but we haven't been told what it's actually made from, how it's actually made, like from a lab. So the construction of it getting in those little pans. Wouldn't have that been interesting? No, just me. Like the TV show I don't know if it's UK based, how it's made. Be interesting, wouldn't it? I don't know.
Oh my god, you just created the fucking
I didn't know what to tell me.
Holy shit.
Oh, okay, so we're talking about like, you know, the mini breaker. So we were thinking of like mini something, and Andrew just goes, what about the mini controversy? Wow, hi. Literally.
They called them in from that and they were so excited. Well, Jeffree was so excited, and then the guys are just like, not bad.
Fish like a fish.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's on that one.
Yeah. Whoa.
That looks like the Sports Center logo.
Oh yeah.
I don't know what that is, but I'm gonna agree with that.
Whoa.
These just look like
Yeah, I like the first the best.
Ryland, with his input there, really making sure that he gets his precious 5%.
Okay.
you know when you see something you're like, that's it.
Of course. But you need to not care about feelings and just be like, yo, sorry, I wasn't feeling them. Because I thought a few of them were sick, but if you don't like them, you don't fucking like them.
Jeffree's highlighter there looks really good, and it's a shame that it's probably one of his own, so I'm never gonna have it. What a first world problem.
It's really good.
Pick them.
Yeah.
So we're selling our house right now. We haven't been back to this house since the day we moved, just months ago. No, we haven't seen it since they like staged it and everything.
This is why these are vlogs and not documentaries, because look, there is a lot of people who would enjoy, you know, watching Shane sell his house and Shane do this and Shane do that. But the documentary is meant to be about making a palette with Jeffree Star, but instead it's this mishmash, it's this meld. I'm feeling tired from this, which is stupid because realistically all I'm doing is sitting here and offering some commentary on what I'm watching. It's tiring me a bit.
Oh my god, this is where you used to have all my breakdowns?
This is where you used to do all your food videos?
Oh. I don't want to look over there.
Why does Shane hate his food videos so much? Can someone tell me, because I'm nosy and curious? I watched some of his food videos. I only really watch... I find that I only really watch food videos when I'm on a diet and eating less and I'm a bit hungry. So I watched a few of his food videos when I was water fasting once. I don't recommend. And I don't know, I kind of thought he was witty, you know?
They just hang up.
Credit cards, checks, cash. Fuck is the house.
I can't find a meeting with that number.
Oh my god, Morphe doesn't want to do the collab. Is that the third thing? Things comes in threes. Campaign, robbery, flop. The fuck do I do, Nate? What's happening? Where'd the shade go?
Is Jeffree hyper or something? He's actually making me laugh. Why can't this Jeffree be more like the Jeffree that we see? It's the next day because I got about 15 minutes into the $20 million deal with Jeffree Star and I felt so, I don't know, my back was hurting from the strain of having to carry myself through these videos. So let's just get back into it.
It's like blood sugar where it's very safe with a lot of danger, so it's very wearable.
I was doing a little research. I went over to Morgan's and we filmed me asking her about her makeup.
Oh, really?
That's like a young
Okay.
girl, what is she into, what does she buy, whatever.
Yeah.
And she only uses, like you said, like nudes.
Black one and like the white.
Okay.
And like the brown.
That's your market research. You asked one person who was close to Morgan. They're laughing at us, you know.
Oh yeah, you haven't seen the mold mirror in person.
Oh no, I haven't. Jesus. That is crazy. Wow.
Is it crazy, Andrew? It's a mirror. Yeah, cool, maybe, but I want to veto them being able to use the word crazy because they don't use it correctly.
Dude, this is your shit. That's crazy.
Like you have dope stuff.
Oh my gosh.
They are. This is Shane and Andrew, Sabrina.
What was that? Taking the lens off of the cat. Oh, Netflix could never.
Hi ladies, how are you? Amazing, thank you. Seeing that, I can't believe it's crazy to like sneak peek and then we're here while it's being made. It's just like a lot.
Yeah, you standing there watching people having to repetitively do the same motion over and over and over again for 8 hours a day. Yeah, Jeffree, that's a lot for you.
Hi ladies. Hello. I can't wait to come when they're made.
Why does he look like a giant compared to all of them? He's like Slender Man.
Social takeover, and I think that, I think the challenge is to be that there will likely be an anniversary of the James Charles house that we launched last November, so that was the reason, frankly, I asked. We haven't clarified the exact timing.
And that's why they tried to get rid of him.
Everyone for holiday will be shook that yours is dropping.
Oh, Shane, look at this eyeshadow. And this is who you want to buy an eye makeup palette from. Interesting.
Middle one is the food videos. I could see this already needing a little bit more coverage just from touching it. So, oh yeah, it feels really nice. Oh wow.
Wait, that's good.
It's great. Yeah.
That might be my favorite one.
Yeah, it's really pretty.
But again, we don't know how they add more coverage to it. We don't know anything about how they're actually making the makeup. It's just Shane picking out some colors. Great.
Wow.
Yeah.
Jeffree's smiles never go all the way to his eyes.
Because I've never worked with a store ever, right? I've never even sold stuff, so.
What about Hot Topic? What about your book?
We're so, I don't know, we're just definitely very magical experience for all of us.
Thank you guys, I'm so excited. I never thought I'd be so excited about makeup. But I am.
Yeah, that's right. As soon as he found out how much money he could make. Think of all those makeup artists out there who would love their own palette and they have the talent and the knowledge, years and years and years worth of it to back it up. But they didn't have the luck to become friends with Jeffree Star. Luck or misfortune, actually.
Do you want quick market research? Okay, Kimmy, what do you think about this palette for real? How do you feel about it?
That's market research. You're just asking one person.
I'm living for the peach colors and this purple and this fucking orange.
Is there anything that you feel like is throwing it off, or is like, oh, I don't know?
I feel like, well, the only one that I wouldn't really use is maybe this green, but I like the other two greens.
I know this caused a lot of controversy, surprisingly. That green colour was one of the better colours in the palette. And green, Illuminati, money, like blah blah blah.
Ingredients.
Reptilians.
An initial launch during the holiday at just under 1 million pallets total.
Oh my god, that's scary. Sorry.
That's so crazy.
What?
I know. Yeah, I know. That's overwhelming for me to hear. That would be my biggest purchase order.
I mean, 1 million pallets, and he had at the time 20 million subscribers. That's 5% of his audience, and that's not even counting with, you know, Jeffree's having, like, Jeffree had 15 million or whatever, and people that just buy from more people but don't really, you know, follow these two or whatever. So I feel like for something like this, and there's so much hype behind it, yeah, what am I talking about?
So do we know roughly how much money, like, we just made right now? You know?
Well,
That's his question. How much money have we made, right? Come on. And then people get stroppy at you if you say, yeah, this was a cash grab.
It's crazy. How does that make you feel?
I'm not, you know this, I'm not like a money person. I'm not like driven by money. It's not like my thing.
No, of course.
Why'd you keep asking about the money then, Shane? It's okay to be money motivated because we all need money to survive under capitalism. Ew, gross, sorry. But we all need, we need money to survive, so it's fine to be money motivated. The problem is if you start lying about it or doing things you wouldn't normally do just for the money, like things that are maybe morally questionable. Like the issue is he's pretended to give a shit about makeup just to make loads of money. And then he sits there and pretends that he's not money or anything. No. I'm not putting this on for the camera, unlike some people, Shane Dawson. I want to finish filming the rest of this video tonight, and I really thought that I only had 2 episodes left, but I have 3 episodes. Let's just get on with it, shall we?
Oh yes, this is all my products. There's some over here. Why don't you take a seat?
This is my fault for expecting anything else, but when they're like, oh, his name's Andrew, right? Please say his name's Andrew. I've forgotten what it means to be alive at this point. But when a YouTuber goes, oh yeah, that's my cameraman, for some reason I just always expect them to have on the big, you know, like camera, the rest of the shoulder, it has the eye thing, and like a proper filming camera. I never expect it to be, oh, just hold this little thing. Right, anyway.
I just want to film the consultation with my first client, Andrew. Have a seat. Oh no.
First official client, first and last, Shane. What happened with that?
How bad is my face look on camera?
It's pretty bad.
Jesus,
I'm not gonna lie to you.
What skincare product did that to him? Name and shame.
Let me take a good before picture. Wow, you have good skin except for that.
If he had some sort of reaction, is it wise to put makeup on top of that? Genuine question. What a load of fuss for moving some bottles around.
Awesome, considering where you started. Alright. We have a lot of work to do, but I mean, you know,
like, what do you know that you are doing that you know is a bad habit and you do have the power to stop it? And it doesn't mean you have to do it in one day. Like I said, just like maybe a day and then the next day you try it.
I think, and this is gonna be hard, and it's gonna sound cheesy, but I think I want to, just for today, not say anything bad about myself.
Did he say bad about someone or bad about myself? Because I put the captions on, I listened to it 3 times and I don't even know.
I want to update you guys on so much shit. Every day I'm crying, screaming, and laughing.
So I'm just trying to stay positive because there's so much greatness happening. Blue Blood made so much money. Shane, I cried on my floor for 10 minutes secretly with the lights off.
Oh my god, I mean, I wasn't surprised.
Blue Blood made so much money, Shane. I cried on my floor. Not, it did so well, we sold out, people, money, if someone else said this kind of stuff, I probably wouldn't bat an eye, but because it's Jeff and Shane, do you know what I mean?
I did a light natural beat.
You did, and it's so serious. I'm what's happening?
Does it actually look okay?
Yeah.
Wait, really?
You look evened out and like ready to conquer a fucking empire. I'm like, okay, that just work.
What's the phrase? The bigotry of low expectations, or like the insult of low expectations. I don't know what. I've lost the plot from doing this. Calm down. He put on some color correcting tinted foundation or whatever it was. I can do that too. Can I have a makeup brand now? It's no wonder people turn out the way they can do in LA when just everyone's gassing you up for the bare minimum. Like, okay, he's releasing an eyeshadow palette. I would hope to think that he knows how to match his foundation properly. I would hope that as a bare minimum. What's next? Can he blend his eyeshadow well?
I'm ready. I have to get my teeth straight. I feel like people will like me more if I have straighter teeth. It's a theory.
It's true. Nobody cared about who I was until I put on the Invisalign. I kind of think, no, I do kind of believe that's a little bit true. My teeth used to be not great, British, and now they're okay, right?
My God, this is why we need to talk to Jeffree.
What do you think Jeffree's gonna solve against that? He literally has fake teeth.
Ryland's little quip there, just his facial expression. When I watched the series the first time around, I got the impression that Ryland and Jeffree don't really like each other, so it's a bit... Well, it's not that odd that Jeffree's going on Ryland's podcast recently. It's just damage control, isn't it?
Okay. No, I talked to him a little bit about you possibly getting involved with the wrong crowd / not letting all of the beauty guru people influence you too much because...
But they're influencers.
Well, I want you to have a come to Jesus moment with Morgan because she's like having a little bit of a breakdown today.
Shane has an unhealthy fascination with Jeffree Star because what the fuck is Jeffree Star going to do? Jeffree Star has had surgeries, he's had lip filler, he's had a nose job, I think, he's had his teeth done. So it'd just be a little bit contradictory if he's... I don't know. I wouldn't sit here and tell someone to not get lip filler or get their teeth straightened because I want to get a nose job. I just think as long as you're doing it for yourself and not because of the peer pressure of people around you, as long as it's for you, then that's fine. Whenever I say anything about wanting a nose job, I get loads of comments being like, oh, well, I really like your nose. Yeah, well, it'll save me having to contour it. I don't want anything drastically different done to my face, just little bits here and there so that I'm happier. I know that everyone thinks I'm ridiculously good looking. Like, that's cool.
She's like, everybody's being so mean to me. And she's like, all the gurus are making fun of me. And then she's like, and there's a brand trip I signed a contract for, I guess. She's like, and I can't get out of it, but I don't want to go.
They can't force you to go somewhere.
They literally were like, well, you still have to post 5 pictures even if you don't go.
Why was the music so dramatic then? No, they were like, she still has to post 5 pictures. 5 pictures, she has to post 5. I mean, it's not the biggest issue in the world, is it?
Because before I lived here, I'd never even known that like Botox or lip injections or any of that stuff was a thing.
Had you not know Botox was a thing? I don't think I really believed that. I knew about it, not that I wanted it at 8 years old, but I knew that Botox was a thing because like newspapers were always making fun of people who had too much Botox and really shiny foreheads.
And now, like after hanging out with all these people, you don't even have to talk to them. Just like being around them, they're all like, oh, what if like you got it done? I'm like, wait, what? Then you think about it, like it's every day. I'm like, wow, I should probably get like fake teeth, probably lip injections, maybe a nose job, and also like maybe Botox. But I've never thought about that before in my life. It's like a cult. They like suck you in. They're like, let me give you the needles.
I guess I totally see why being involved in that sort of industry would make you more self-conscious. I was wanting to get a nose job since the age of 12 years old, to be honest, which is silly because my face hadn't, stopped growing then. I can't relate to this very much because I don't feel peer pressured by the people in this industry. When I tell people I was considering getting Botox about 2 months ago, like everyone has said, no, don't do that. So I don't know, maybe it's not industry specific, maybe it's the LA people, I don't know.
Yes.
Or not only are they getting the same work done, they're going to the same person.
Yeah,
literally the same.
The fact that you know that is so scary.
I know that. Loads of people have seen Tana Mojo's videos constantly getting filler with Joanna the Nurse and James Charles and that.
If you really want it, do it. But if it comes from to just feel pressured, that's such the wrong thing to do because you're going to regret it. Let's just, okay, all right.
Wow, I agree with Shane. Only do modifications if that's what you want for yourself and not for other people, not for boys, not for girls, not for anyone else. Not to fit a standard because standards change all the time. So if you get your face modified to look a certain way in 2 years' time, that might not be weird to think of faces as in style, but you know what I mean? Like how getting really big blown up lips was kind of in style for a while. What if next year it's all about really thin lips? Then you're just stuck with some lips
Well, she reached out to me and I was like, that sounds fun.
Was she gonna charge you?
No.
What?
Because
Ryland's like, do it.
that's why all these girls do it, because they get to do it for free. So then it's like, why would I not change my face for free?
Me.
Can we just say about lip filler quickly? I had mine done at January at the beginning of this year, 2020. And the reason for that are reasons on my own. No, I don't really care. I think I've got quite strong features on my face, you know, big cheekbones, big nose, jaw. My lips, to me, didn't match that because they were on the thinner side. So I decided I'm going to get lip injections, going to do it for myself. It looked crazy the first month, kind of regretted it, but then it went down and they looked really good and stuff. And they will say, you know, go back and get them done every 6 months because your body metabolizes it. We use natural ingredients that the body naturally metabolizes. Mine went down a lot, but the top lip, the shape of it is still the shape that I liked. And it's been a year. I've not had any since January. I'm going to probably organise a top up in January or February, lockdown permitting. But mine definitely, after almost a year, still contain some filler that hasn't all been metabolised. So that's a load of bollocks when they say that to you, isn't it? Still going to get a little bit more of it done, but just be wary because I know that some girls every 4 to 6 months will get top ups, and for me, I just didn't see that necessary because, yeah, it's still got filler in them.
I'm not a very good blogger.
Like, she's not making enough money because all they talk about is how much they can make money. She doesn't get brand deals, and I all talk about brand deals. She's not.
And the realty is they're all lying just for attention and to feel good around others.
They're all lying, all of them. Not our Jeffree though, our Jeff. He keeps it real with you and me, but all the others, liars.
Excuse this mess.
Welcome to my beauty room.
Oh. He takes over.
Stop looking at my
Same.
Andrew, do you not get tired of having to force yourself to laugh every 3 seconds? Hey, that's that royal hexagon thing that Jeffree did his purple yeah.
Is it possible for the spiral, like we talked about, to be like a little bumped up, like little, like,
yes, like
slightly?
Oh yeah,
because that would be a game changer too.
Would it be a game changer, Shane? Would it? A bumpier lid?
It's like what shape? Like a fucking, you know what I mean? Old school TV or some, you know what I mean? Or it needs to be like fucking like sick. Like,
I like that little shot there of Jeffree calling all the shots and Shane just doing his best to look really Oh my god, they're trying to recreate that scene where Jeffree was pushing around all the colours on the table and they were like, wow, this is the most amazing thing we've ever seen.
And then remember, they're all gonna have an extra box around these.
Right.
That guy next to Shane, the way he keeps looking around and at him is really intense.
like that's sick. But I'm just seeing more like, I don't know, almost like the staticky TV thing on that.
Oh yeah, because it's a square.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And then this would slide out of this. So all you would see is mini controversy behind here, and then you slide it out, and then it would just be all of this.
Girl, you have those here? I'm deceased.
Oh my god!
What?
Wait, why are you?
Anna, why are you telling me?
Is that what they were meant to be? It was meant to be TV static. I just thought it was a funny... See, now that's the thing, isn't it? I didn't get that was TV static. Not that I looked that hard at it when it all came out. And I must have just completely forgotten about this part of the... because I was bored, probably. But at least if it had been the classified documents with the, you know, stamp on it, you'd get that as, oh yeah, that's a controversy. That's a conspiracy, whatever. How is TV static a controversy?
I wanted the detailing in the pan to be perfect.
They fucking killed this.
Oh yeah, they...
Woo! This is like...
That's cool, but I really think the Illuminati eye pan would have gone better with that green shade that they vetoed.
I didn't... Like, is it reading hypnotic? Because it's almost reading candy to me.
The spirally controversy palette, it reminds me of a carnival or something. Clowns. A carnival? Is it just me?
Yes! Pigment.
I do think the little pan designs are really cute, but I'm just easy like that.
Okay, so on a real note, we all love makeup, but makeup can be very crazy and the makeup community is gnarly.
Mentoring Morgan. Jeffree Star, the mentor that surely no one's ever asked for.
And then the
I feel like I feel like we haven't cracked the gimmick of the box of the actual palette.
Why is this background music so dramatic? It sounds like Texas Chainsaw Massacre or something.
Of the actual palette.
Where have I heard that noise before? Human Centipede? I don't know.
Is there like a list of boxes somewhere? The other thing that
What is with the, they keep getting random close-ups of people in the background looking like mad at Shane or whatever. What are you trying to do?
not it. You shouldn't listen to those types of people. You don't have to get filler and get all these things just because they told you to. Obviously, we both had things done. But it's because
and
we
we've also
needed
had
to move
things
on.
removed, you know what I mean? All jokes aside, I had my lip filler surgically removed because I got botched and wanted what everyone else was doing 10 years ago, and here I am now, like, taking away, you know? So...
Who just sits there and goes, do you know what you could do with some chin filler? That's just rude. Like, why would you... Who are these people that they're talking about? It's just rude.
Oh my god, was that a little drop of confidence? Morgan, write down the date and time. Sunday, April 14th at 8:43 p.m. Shane gave himself a compliment. Okay.
There we go. We finally worked out, almost 40 minutes later, the mystery. He said, don't say mean things about myself.
Let's fuck it, you know?
Literally, next time spit in my face. Just say you're stupid. Stop.
I was sitting here like, should I do it on camera and spit right now? I was like, no, he might freak out. I was about to spit in your face and I'm like, are we there yet?
This whole series is just a love story between Shane and Jeffree.
Did my first official full beat where I shaved my face and I did the whole thing, and I feel like it looks pretty good.
Oh, it looks really good.
Wait, you're not lying?
Yeah, I think it looked fine too. Congrats, Shane. That's all you're getting from me.
That literally fits me, but it stands out.
Yeah.
Holy shit. That looks so good.
Jeffree Star really is a visionary. Look at that bit where he doesn't know how to... He doesn't realise that masks have to go over the nose. It's like so many people in 2020. So to recap, they saw some palettes. They didn't like any of the palettes. Morgan was feeling insecure. And Jeffree didn't really help. And that was 50 minutes worth of content. Okay, I only feel slightly soul destroyed today. So let's move on to the next one, which is an hour long. So today we're going to blast for them 2 episodes. I can't even talk, man. I've been filming for 10 minutes and I can't even talk. I got a headache. It's right here. You can feel it here. So it's a mess. The whole thing's a mess. We're on the Conspiracy Collection reveal. Jeffree times Shane Dawson. We got 2 more episodes left. Let's power through these.
Take you in the sun to promised land.
Fuck this. I'm going to go take some painkillers.
Hey there. I'm like, this is so overwhelming.
Hi. Hell.
Let's go one more.
This is more than I can think.
What are these shots with the cameraman? What is... Yes, Netflix worthy.
Tomorrow.
What?
Yeah.
Okay.
Various locations around Los Angeles.
Yeah.
I am so fucking shook. I had a blow there.
Well, it's with people that just scream at stuff. I'm not a very screamy person. I was never one of those like little girls that just screamed all the time. Because I thought I had a deep voice and I thought that I couldn't scream high. I get like cheering and stuff, but people that just scream all the time, Tana Mojo, I'm looking at you. I'd like to interview you. People that scream. Why? What's your deal? Why are you always screaming? What's it about? Or it's like when people see celebrities, and I don't mean that at like an event where you might like cheer or whatever, but when people see celebrities and like scream in their face, like there's this Robert Pattinson. I don't know if it's like a day in his life with GQ or Vogue or something like it. It's on YouTube somewhere. And he's going into like this fashion show and people are just like screaming, Rob, like really high pitch, and like basically in his face, just like screaming. And it's, I don't know. I wouldn't like that. As in, because it's like, he's just a human being. If I saw Keanu Reeves, I wouldn't scream. Maybe I'd cry.
Thank you. So we're just gonna...
Shane, did you even brush your hair for this meeting?
How do we know, like, people... Okay, how do we know that we're gonna sell them? Like, I feel like people are excited and everything, but like, how do we know? Do you know what I mean?
What do you mean, like?
I don't know. I just can't imagine like that many people actually do. You know what I mean?
I mean, on one hand, if it came from someone else other than Shane Dawson, maybe I'd kind of buy that, you know, the nerves of, is this product even going to sell? But, like, you're with Jeffree Star who just sold, in this documentary, just sold out Blue Blood and made, like, so much money that he was crying. You're still Shane Dawson, your videos get hundreds of millions, like, total cumulative views. Obviously, you're going to sell pallets. I feel like it's emotional manipulation. If it was someone else, I wouldn't think that, but because it's Shane. Because, and I think I might have mentioned this when, like, this video is so fractured, it's taken me days to film it because I just keep getting fed up of watching Shane being like, oh, poor little rich me. I'm very sure that I said already that I saw at the time comments being like this comment, if you're going to buy the pallet to show Shane that we support him, and the comment would get like 40,000 likes, you know, so.
We really tweeted it 12, 20 hours before. Remember, we really just said it really like once. And you had more traffic on your merch store with us barely sneak peeking it than my Jawbreaker launch.
I bet secretly that kills Jeffree inside.
The one from the beginning of the series?
Yes! We've already basically outgrown it, and this is where we just shipped all your merch.
This is so crazy! This whole thing is so weird!
I do like that little, the black pig backpack. Is it leather? Is it? I don't know. I'm not going to buy it anyway. Why am I asking? Who cares? So let's see, they ordered 1 million pallets. They're like $52 per pallet. So that's 52 million in sales, but then it costs like, what did they say, $20 to make it? So subtract, so 32 million shared between the two of them. And it was like an 80-20 split in Shane's favour. What, did Shane make like 25 million from this? Not bad. The perks of being friends with Jeffree Star. And that's not even including the merch sales.
Wait, I've never done a photo shoot before. I'm freaking out. What do we do? Hi.
You did a photo shoot with Jenna Marbles, didn't you?
Whoa! Wow! Oh my god!
Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god!
Basically, yeah, I drew those really.
It's nice. Why are they freaking out so much? I gave in. Yes, Coca-Cola isn't healthy for you. No, not sponsored, so don't buy it on my behalf. I can't drink alcohol or do drugs anymore, so cheers. And cheers to you, Shane, for doing this series and giving me this content.
Sorry.
What was he laughing at? That was nothing to laugh. Huh? Andrew, dude, if we ever get out of this situation and comedy clubs open again, please come along to when I do some stand-up comedy. Please. You are like a stand-up comedian's wet dream.
I got a fake ID and a checklist. It goes never meet a girl.
Are they sitting on the infamous gold couch where it was wrong?
We're excited, weird.
Shane's wearing Jeffree's merch. Shane is like the biggest Jeffree stan on the internet. So there's actually a very real moment in the documentary so far anyway of Jeffree talking about his dogs being sick and one of them passing away. And it's a real moment. So it's probably one of the better moments of the documentary. My camera turned off and I don't know why or when, so okay. They've been looking at the palette and they were mentioning that Jeffree's done leather before. Was it actual leather? Because if so, that's definitely not vegan or cruelty free. Was it vegan leather? Who knows? I could look it up, but I won't.
This is next level.
This is next level.
I know we love the leather moment, but this is...
You've already done leather, you know?
Yeah, we've done leather.
Damn, that is insane. What
Who screams just then? Who does that? Who? What?
it was on the fucking computer.
This is it. Oh my god. This is it!
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Shit.
Oh my god. Oh
That's
my god.
crazy.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
I see where Tana Mojo gets it from, constantly being like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god.
So, oh my god!
Show us right first.
Oh my fucking, oh my god!
Yeah, that's everything.
Oh my god!
All he said for the past like 5 minutes is, oh my god.
That is everything.
So this is for the makeup bags and both pig mirrors. That's all that's over here.
Oh.
Yeah, literally.
There's no makeup on this side.
This whole series is just capitalism, the collection.
That big of a problem. Just because it's like, surprise!
Why is Andrew cackling so much? I know I've probably said this about 15 times now, but that's because it's just so... It's non-stop. It's non-stop.
Oh wait, let me get. Should have got a. Holy shit! Wait, let me get a. You gotta walk forward. I'll get you from the front here. This looks great. Let's go back.
All these episodes are so bloated. If you cut out just Andrew laughing, there'd all be about 30 minutes per episode. And like, I'm getting fatigued from watching these. But I shouldn't complain because I'm only doing this to myself, aren't I?
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Wait, this is Shane Dawson.
Whoa!
Wait a minute.
Huh? He says this is Shane Dawson and they all just look gobsmacked like it's the best thing they've ever heard. You know, maybe I'm missing a trick by not having LA yes men around me all the time, bigging up any little dumb thing I say. Instead, all my friends bully me.
Dawson on set, quiet. No one look him in the eyes, please. Thank you. No eye contact. No eye contact.
Well, it's nice that Shane got to have his little moment in the sun before everything went to shit, isn't it?
You have to open it. I can't breathe.
Wait, okay.
Panic attacks the house.
Oh my god, okay.
Did Jeffree Star really just say panic attacks the house? I'm so sure I heard that. How is he a real person?
A smile creeps out from your...
See, look at all these little clips of the powders being mushed together and stuff. You'd think from this series we would have seen that kind of side of it, but no. You know, because this series was all like, we're going to blow the lid off the makeup industry and show how makeup palette's made and it's the first time anyone has ever done this, and then they don't deliver. This is just how I got a makeup palette commercialized by being friends with Jeffree Star.
I see you have all your other palettes open. Did you like put it next to everything? And
I put it next to all of them, and this looks so unique. So it's like, your palette is so unique, Shane. It's so different.
I mean, I would rather, if I was going to get a Jeffree Star palette, which I'm not going to, I would rather get Blood Sugar or Blue Blood. Is it called Blue Blood? I don't even remember anymore. Shane's palette just isn't for me, and that's fine because, you know, he still sold like 1 billion of them.
The most top.
Can I open it?
Wait, I haven't seen it.
You haven't?
Are you serious? Am I like getting this moment on camera?
Sure.
Oh, now that packaging is everything.
You like it? Oh my god, that's so exciting.
I wonder what happened between Shane and Garrett.
I can't. And my ride's here. Yeah, I couldn't do my Ubers here for legal reasons.
Those two literally look like they're just being polite. You know when maybe you're with a group of friends or whatever and someone is excited about something or laughing and you don't really find it that funny. Me, I'm just a bitch. But you have to be like, yeah. Because you don't want to be a bitch.
Piglet set?
Wait.
Oh, shut up.
Stop
Shut
it!
up.
Shane.
Oh my god.
Oh, now they seem excited. That could have totally just been me projecting onto them, you know, because I would feel like I've got to be polite. Oh, that's nice, Shane. That's Illuminati. Hee hee.
Sometimes you don't feel like a winner, and you have to write a song about it. And that's what I did.
That song with that girl about like not being a prom queen or something, it's like, Shane, what image are you trying to portray to your audience? Are you still trying to act like you're just this unpopular loser from high school? Because if so, like, do therapy, get over that shit. It was over a decade ago. You know, like, if you can't get over that kind of stuff, then you gotta do therapy for it. But also, when you've had a really popular YouTube channel for X amount of years, you can't. It's like when Tana Mojo's like, you know, I'm the outsider, I'm the this, I'm the that. And it's like, you've got 5 million followers. No. You're not the reject if you have 5 million followers. Because, like, you know, the popular kids at your schools that these people just seem to fixate on, you know, like, they were popular amongst their peers, so that's probably like a couple hundred people at most, like in a school. Or maybe 1,000 people if it's an American school, I don't know. But then if you have like 5 million or 10 million or 20 million followers, grow up. It's getting late, it's like 2 a.m.
Fine.
Look at these 2 millionaires standing around crying because they're going to make so much more money whilst these factory workers are putting together their product. I wonder how much the factory workers are paid. Because, you know, if Shane and Jeffree showed an ounce of self-awareness, that could be a comedy bit. We have the final episode left, but I'm going to go off and do some other videos as a palate cleanser and then come back to this in a little while. It's already 2 a.m. See you in a bit. Right. It's currently 2:30. The last one, The Beautiful World of Shane Dawson. You see, the first episode was The Beautiful World of Jeffree Star, and now we've gone full circle, but a little bit different with The Beautiful World of Shane Dawson, as Shane Dawson finally learns to accept himself and love himself and realise that he is worth millions upon millions upon millions of dollars. Or something like that anyway, I don't know. Let's just get on with it. This episode is 1 hour and 20 minutes long.
It's almost like game on. Like, should I come over? Should you guys show me the first episode? I don't even know how it's all gonna be. I don't know what's happening.
I doubt they'd even edited the first episode at that point. I vaguely remember at the time, because Shane kept messing around with the release dates of this, Jeffree was putting on Twitter, the next episode will be up tonight. Like, Jeffree was saying it to Shane, and I feel that because Jeffree, you know, call him what you'd like, but he is very calculated. He likes everything to be prim, proper, on time, not late. He's very orderly in that way, whereas Shane isn't. So I imagine it was kind of killing Jeffree a little bit that there was constant re-edits, you know, on the days where this was meant to come out properly, the dates were being pushed back, etc., etc. I'd be surprised if they worked together again on something because of how unorderly or disorganized Shane is versus how organized Jeffree is.
And it has left a lot of fans wondering what happened to all the drama we were promised in the trailer.
I am a little bit upset with Mr. Shane.
Gonna go on Instagram Live for a minute to talk about the rest of the series.
We want the tea!
Oh yeah, so I mean, we didn't watch the trailer for this, but in the trailer they promised to show the bi-sister James Charles scandal thing and, you know, the reactions to that, and then Shane put on his Instagram, do you guys want the drama or do you want the business? And it was pretty 50-50 or more people in favour of the drama because people just love drama. And Shane elected to ignore that, and then he was getting backlash. You know, you promised to show this in the trailer, but you haven't, etc., etc. So I do believe in this episode, I mean, if I just shut up for 1 second and sat down and watched it, we'd find out. But I think in this episode, they show some reaction to it to appease the people wanting the drama.
What is he gonna do? What is gonna happen? What's gonna happen?
I kind of want to see how they reacted firsthand when they saw that bi-sister video for the first time.
Oh look, there's Angelica. She's nice. I like her.
Talking in detail about things you wanted to do to the waiter. And when I said, James, he's straight, your response was, doesn't matter, I'm a celebrity. So freaking gross. And you said that in front of my family.
I don't believe this reaction, and maybe this is because, you know, I have hindsight knowing everything that's gone on. I'm not saying what James said. I can't remember if, like, he actually did say that or Tati twisted it. It could still be a joke, though. Like, an ill taste joke, but it still could be, like, you know, like, I can do what I want, I'm a celebrity, which, you know, isn't great, because didn't Donald Trump say the same thing about, you know, women and pussies and stuff, right? But that, like, puritanical, pearl-clutching response from Shane, I do not believe was real. Considering he said way worse on his little podcast about, you know, babies and etc. and, you know, wanking onto his cat. So I don't believe it.
Maybe, like, somebody screenshotted his social blade. Oh my god. Oh my god. And everybody's saying they're unsubscribing. This is crazy. I'm like freaking out.
I mean, you have empathy for people who go through these like...
I don't, like, this isn't happening to you, Shane, so why are you... You don't even really like James Charles that much anyway, so why are you crying about this? Odd. Very odd to me, but I'm wondering... Is it because my own emotions are a little dulled? I don't know. Odd. Is he just trying to look...
Cancel.
Like an empath for the camera? Who knows? Time will tell.
I'm so disappointed.
Poor James, imagine that for a second. They're all sitting around, you know, watching the big TV on the wall as though it's like, it's a circus, it's a spectacle. Odd, this internet age, innit? Even though I'm on it, it's still like weird, and it's like weird when I go to my mum's and she's watching a video of mine, it's like, oh, that's me on the TV acting like an idiot. You know what I mean? It's weird. What a strange time to be alive. Did he say that much in that original one? It wasn't a good apology video, but also, can anyone blame him? He freaked out. They're literally sitting around looking shell-shocked. Why is this so dramatic? I remember this all going down and I wasn't sitting at work like... I was like, oh, okay, that's a thing, that's happening. But again, that could just be because I have the emotional range of a teaspoon. I believe Hermione said that about Ron Weasley in Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire. I'm the problem. When I'm like, read another book to those people, I need to read I'm the problem. I'm secretly the biggest Harry Potter fan of them all, apparently.
I hate this. I feel like everything has gone way too far.
If Shane covers a drama, he'll do it tastefully.
The internet is such like a, oh, let's jump on this shit, let's milk this shit, you know, all the drama channels. And I totally get it, like I understand 100%, but like we know this person. We lifted this person up.
Well, according to Tati Westbrook, apparently not. Could it be that if Tati's version of events are correct, that Shane and Jeffree were feeding her lies, or manipulating things, or whatever, to try to take out James as a competitor, which I can believe, sure. Could it be that Shane was having a bit of an emotional reaction because it suddenly became a little bit real to him that, oh no, we've played a part in, like, more guilty, having a moment of humanity, true empathy. I don't know, just something to consider, isn't it?
You know, people have been buying his palette. All these people have been going to his meet and greets. Like, everybody lifted this person up, and it's so quickly, like I've never seen before, they fucking dropped him down.
That is so ridiculous. Like, when people were trying to flush their palettes down the toilet, even at the time, because I wasn't sure of what to think, and I was swayed by Tati, I'll admit, hold my hands up, which I regretted because people didn't have the full version or didn't wait to hear James's side before they cast judgment. And it taught me not to make snap judgments about serious things like that again, really. So I think a tiny little bit of good in a very self-centered way came out of it. Probably for a lot of other people too. But when people were trying to flush the James Charles palette down the toilet, it's like, what's this proving? Are you just doing this for likes on Twitter? Do you realise how unhinged you look? You're the one that spent about $50 on a palette, and now you're literally just flushing money away. You might as well just use the rest of it. Like, I have that Jeffree Star palette, and I bought it about 2 years ago. No, back when I thought that he was a decentish human being. I've not bought anything of his since, but I didn't throw the palette away. It's just stupid, isn't it? It's counterproductive.
It was so immediate and such a flip that, like, it's scary and also sad.
Like, it's just bratty, really, because it's like, oh, see, it doesn't matter to me if I'm destroying something that was worth, I don't know how much, like, let's say $50 or $60 or whatever it is. Bratty, give it to a family member who doesn't care about internet drama.
Some other people would go deep and hard and ruin careers. That's not what he's trying to do.
What, like Jeffree?
I mean, on a selfish level.
Yes, it was. And posted a video apologizing for popping off too much on Twitter.
And to handle matters like this privately going forward because he doesn't want to revert back to the old Jeffree.
This entire segment has aged so poorly.
Really want the hate to stop. I want it.
Why is he looking so shocked? What, because she said fuck?
She's never cussed on her channel.
I know.
Oh my god.
Oh. Well, don't I look stupid?
Andrew, Mall of America.
Okay. In the previous episode, Jeffree shared his inhaler with Shane, and now he's sharing it with his assistant in this episode. These are things that you wouldn't be able to do in 2020 because of, you know, the issue. I keep forgetting to press play on my camera. It's so late, but we're almost there.
Happy launch day!
Oh my god, I'm freaking out, I'm freaking out!
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Good morning.
That's all these people say. They either say, oh my god, it's so crazy, or oh my god. See, now it's getting to me. Do you know how long I've been filming these videos for? I don't even know. 8 hours? Longer than that. Because the amount of time I pause and give up. Oh, I think my soul has been sucked away. If Jeffree is Voldemort, does that mean that one of his palettes contains his Horcrux? Or is his Horcrux?
Oh my god!
Hi! She's been up. Oh my god. Are you filming?
Oh, isn't that pink fairy mink thing? Ugh, Jeffree. Money can't buy you glass. The vegan's popping out now.
I've been spiraling for hours. The store lines at these Mall of America is so massive. The line there right now, the kids are now outside in the snow waiting because the line is so long. It's wrapped around the entire mall outside.
Why do people do this? It's a product that they are going to restock because they want to, it's not a limited edition thing. They want to make as much money as possible. Yeah, maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm just dead inside, and maybe I've just never felt so passionate about something that I would willingly queue up. Maybe that's it.
Yeah. Remember we're collabing with Shane? That can't happen!
Why is Jeffree always just yelling about things? Like, you know, when he gets on his Instagram or Snapchat and he just like talks normally and then just starts yelling, being like, fuck you, or whatever he does. Oh, he's so funny. There, I said it. He's so funny in a bizarre way.
Okay.
Ready? 1, 2, 3.
We're prom.
We got Jeffree and Shane, right? So they're holding hands in this. I think I even saw the picture when it came out. And, you know, Nate, Jeffree's boyfriend at the time, like, they're not holding hands. You can't tell me that this whole series wasn't just a forbidden love story between Jeffree and Shane. I won't hear the end of it. I won't hear it. I won't listen.
Sorry, give me 1 second, guys. Gonna get that transfer set up right now.
7 minutes away. Oh my god.
It's actually 9:53 right now, and it launches at 10 a.m. So we're just like counting down here. I am sitting here on the website, just waiting to see if I can get a collection. I'm nervous.
Maybe if I had this much passion for giving someone else money, I would have got the My Chemical Romance makeup palette before it sold out, because that sold out almost instantly, and I'm annoyed that I didn't get that. I thought, well, I didn't even think to sit around and wait, because I don't do that sort of thing anyway, you know? I just thought, oh, I'll check back later on today and see. Nope, all gone almost instantaneously. Brilliant.
Wait, what?
On my way to the window trying to get some signal so I could hopefully get it because she couldn't leave the hospital.
Oh my god.
Somebody send her one.
Oh yeah.
For real.
I hope they did send her one for free. Like, not just saying that for a video, you know?
What the fuck?
The site is officially fucked. And we're 1 minute in.
Oh my god, why does it keep saying error? Oh my god, I feel like the website is gonna just freaking crash.
Okay, my back end is down, guys. Can't load that.
This is so frustrating. It's not even 10 o'clock yet. Literally, the website is just...
I'm on Jeffree Star now. I'm on Jeffree Star. Jeffree Star isn't working. Beauty Bay isn't working!
These next few moments are going to be very insufferable, aren't they? Let's suffer together, you and I. Let's hold hands like Shane and Jeffree ignoring Nate.
Here's words. Hold on.
Okay. I see the conspiracy ballot up for sure.
But look, you know what? I might just cry. I might just have a fucking mental breakdown, but it's fucking okay. Why is it not working?
Why would you act like that? It's a product that's going to get restocked. What is wrong with these people? Why is there such a level of fanaticism for... Ugh.
We're gonna reload the...
Like, fair enough. Imagine doing that, like, by yourself in the privacy of your own home, yelling about... I don't know. So, like, earlier this year, when My Chemical Romance, there were tickets for a gig that they couldn't do in the end because of, you know, Corona. So I sat around 10 minutes before that was about to go live, and then, you know, I spent 30 minutes being in a queue, but all the tickets had been sold out, and, you know, I was frustrated, and I probably swore to myself, but I didn't film myself yelling and screeching and then upload that onto the internet. It's just, people are strange, aren't they? And anyway, in case any of you cared, I got My Chemical Romance tickets in the end because my mum had waited, like, unbeknownst to me, bought them and then gave them to me as a birthday present. So, you know, can't wait to go see My Chemical Romance this year. I feel like that's a bit different though, because that's an experience. That's, you know, seeing a band that hasn't been together for X amount of years. A band that is my favourite band of all time. And yeah, sure, these people might be, well, people just have different interests, don't they? It's either way that I argue with myself because I like to see all sides of the equation. But this is a product that's still going to get restocked. My Chemical Romance might not play again after their gigs next year. You know? They're dads now. So...
When is the site coming back up? Shop.
Shop 5? They were all scheduled at 9:58, guys.
There's 23 separate products.
Also, I'm not seeing all the lipsticks. I'm just gonna check out what the... I can't even check out. Why am I actually stressed? I'm so confused.
Yes, Hailey fam, big YouTuber. I don't know why you're stressed either. You probably could just message Shane directly and be like, hey, can I have a palette, please? You know what I mean? Like, I know that creators want to support creators, sure, I get that, but also, you kind of can do that when, like, you're a big creator and you're known by these, you know what I mean?
Morphe's down. So we're killing everyone's site.
Morphe's crashed. JeffreeStar.cosmetics.com has crashed.
Panic is setting in.
Like, actually, though. Not like, like he actually fucked it up.
No, actually, still like, we broke the internet. SpongeBob. Uppercase, lowercase text. Because it's like, yeah, you broke Shopify, you didn't break the internet. Okay, like, kind of calm down. People are still using Twitter just fine. The Metro, thank God, was still running. Daily Mail, unfortunately so.
But you know what? It's all good. I'm not gonna freak out. Instead, I'm going to take a shower. I'm going to play with it. Oh, it's back! Hang on a second, it's back. God damn it! No one can add anything to their cart. It's absolute chaos over here.
Yes, very chaotic. A web page isn't loading properly. I've never seen such scenes of riots, debauchery, chaos, frenetic energy. Like, if this is the biggest launch of Jeffree Star's career so far, which it obviously was, then why wouldn't it all be more better prepared? I don't know, whatever. But also, I'm not in this kind of business, and I might not know what I'm talking about. I probably don't know what I'm talking about.
15 minutes in.
Is it just me, or did Nate always look perpetually unimpressed by everything around him?
It's just like piling up for months.
I just don't want you mad, or like, I'm embarrassed. Here we are, we're 20 minutes in, and me and you don't know what the fuck's going on.
Jeffree's gearing up to get angry. Angry Jeffree is my favourite Jeffree because he's the funniest when he's mad.
Man.
Come on! We do this every time. You know what it is.
9:58, man. 9:58. Everything is done for 9:58.
Jeffree is the owner. The full owner of his own business. And how unprofessional was that of him?
So Jeffree Star Cosmetics is down. Oh my god, the glass is gone! Stop!
I get getting mad in the privacy of your own home, but it's just like, if I yelled about I just wouldn't upload that to the internet because it makes you look a little bit unhinged, especially when it's over makeup.
It's just so embarrassing. This is so annoying! Okay.
I mean, I also do feel like Jeffree was putting it on a little bit for the camera as well.
So I got 2 of everything, trying to cash out, proceed to cash out.
Is that just me, or does that sound like Keemstar? He needs a tissue. He's gonna have an angry wank.
If I don't get this, I'm gonna like break down.
I feel so bad for the kids that have been waiting forever to buy
Yeah.
Yes, of course, Jeffree is think of the children, Helen Lovejoy. Yes, of course, that's what he's concerned about, and not concerned about the growing number in his bank account.
For sure.
We just can't view it. That's a fucking.
But there's 2.5 million people.
Trying to check out.
Yeah.
Oh my god!
Look at them two, quickly calculating how much money is that.
They're saying it is. I can't see it.
What if the mini was never up, you guys? That would be detrimental.
Maybe it's a conspiracy. The mini palette was never on the website. It's an inside job. Wouldn't that be a mini controversy?
Another one of my friends said that her and her entire family was like sitting there for hours trying to buy it and they couldn't. I was so
Like a cult, isn't it? Her and her entire family. Like granddads, uncles, great cousins twice removed. Is that a thing? I don't fucking know. Imagine like a whole family. If I tried to get my mum and dad to sit there and be like, okay, we're going to try and get this palette, that's what... Dude, they're both like 60. They're telling me to fuck off.
Somebody fucked up.
Did Shopify put out a fucking tweet so we don't look like dumbasses?
It is not sold out. The site is just broken. I'm so sorry. Working on it now.
So we don't look like we're fucking talking.
Shaky
Our
said
ass.
Damn it, Shane and Jeffree.
Don't let me down!
I guess you would kind of feel anxious a lot of the time if you knew that you had an audience that could so quickly turn on you, and well, I guess they kind of did, right? Hindsight and all that. When I was waiting on the like online queue to get My Chemical Romance tickets, and the website was sort of crashing, or I was just in this queue for so long by the time it got round to it, the tickets were already sold out. I didn't blame Gerard Way personally. It's just life, isn't it? But
and it was just like really, really stressful to try to get this stuff.
what an easy life. If that's your biggest stress.
But the fact that I've waited, I guess like a year, to not get anything. God, this is so stupid. Why am I crying? It's just like, I don't cry over anything.
So instead you're choosing to cry over not making Shane and Jeffree more money. It's quite alarming really, isn't it? Just seeing that sort of sorry, I'm scratching my back. It might sound weird. Just like you can hear my scales. That level of fanaticism. You know, I used to be like high key, really like, I would even say borderline unhealthily obsessed with Russell Brand, because I just thought he has the answers I'm seeking about the universe and life and death and stuff. I was desperate, right? I was desperate for someone to illuminate some meaning to this pointless existence. Like fanatical over, the first few times I met him, it was just like, ooh, it was so much. But I never cried over not being able to get a ticket in time to go see one of his shows. You know what I mean? Like,
well, but who's asking that?
Shopify.
Fix it.
Cool. Can we please do
I'm
that?
not booting these kids. There's a kid in a hospital bed right now who has a fucking laptop.
Oh, never mind. Yeah.
That's the part of this series I like. Shane just being like, fix it. It's not because of the kid in the hospital bed who. Well, didn't they say they were going to send a pallet to for free anyway? Or did I just say that? Or, maybe they should have done that. It's Shane getting alarm bells ringing after hearing that 2.5 million people were trying to buy stuff. That's why they want them to fix it so badly. Like, the Shopify technicians are going to be stressed out as well. They want the launch to go well as well because it's good for them. Because they would obviously get some form of, like, cut from, like, website fees or whatever. Server fees. So they're going to want they're not doing it on purpose. Basically, the empath really just popped out of Shane then, didn't it?
Beautylish, my biggest online retailer, sold out of every product. Must be nice.
Sometimes Jeffree is funny. Don't give me that look. No. 3 hours. And we're just still locked out. Netflix would never make a typo like that.
There is only 16,000 conspiracy palettes left. And the mini, it was never put up for sale with 130,000 units sitting there.
Wow. The mini controversy has had its own little controversy. Doesn't God work in mysterious ways?
Basically, the only thing about this is we're not seeing any proof that the
He's so putting that on for the camera.
Entire time.
Thank you.
On the Shane Jeffree page, it was never
Jeffree's really like a 34-year-old man just screaming at some poor employee on the phone.
The pink pig mirror was never put up. The Shane lipstick was never put up. I'm gonna fucking. This is so.
He was so about to say, I'm gonna fucking kill someone, but then remembers quickly that he's being filmed. Come on.
Yeah, they're just waiting to check out.
because they're doing 2000.
Even though none of us are happy right now, the conspiracy palette has sold out worldwide.
100%.
How many units sold out?
Total? Over 400,000.
480, right? So basically 410,000 conspiracy palettes have sold out.
Oh, I thought it was 1 million pallets, but it must have been like 1 million units of makeup. Can you stop, please? Stop interrupting me, Shane and Jeffree.
Alright, y'all. Wow. Alright, let me see my coat, please. Thank you. This is the new Gucci coat. It's all faux. They don't do real fur anymore.
But isn't that pink thing he's wearing real? So, like, Jeffree himself wears fur. So when he says, like, oh, but this is faux, though, it's just him trying to say something on camera so he looks like a nicer human being than he is. Yes, this is the hill I will die on because it's 2020. You don't need to wear animal fur. With extreme exceptions, obviously. I'm not, you know. Like, if you're living in the North Pole, fair enough, you do you. Jeffree Star lives in Calabasas.
We have Shane Dawson on the lips. I'm already in love.
That was Shane Dawson on the lips. I couldn't see anything. I know it's a gloss, but it looked a little matte to me.
Dreams about, is it gonna be the way you want it? And dude, that couldn't be any more sick.
When it comes to the palette itself, the only review I trusted on it was I found this channel of this girl called Stephanie Toms, and she is or was, I don't know if it changed when she got the palette, but she was a fan of Shane and Jeffree. So when she got the palette, she did this makeup review and she wasn't happy with it. She thought it was patchy or chalky, or there was like, you know, it just wasn't as good as everyone else was hyping it up to be. And it was a very honest review, and I appreciated that, and I followed her, and I've been following her ever since. I think she's great. And that's the only review like I've trusted. Because, well, no, actually, there were a few other people who said, like, oh, this product just isn't good. And then Shane, like, followed them on Instagram, which someone gives you a bad review of your product, and then you follow them on Instagram when you're Shane Dawson and this person is, like, a small influencer. That's such an obvious intimidation tactic. I mean, it wouldn't intimidate me because I don't care. Shane can follow me if he wants. I'll just block him if he got too annoying. It won't intimidate me, but like, do you know what I mean? If you're a small influencer and you've looked up to this person and you're not happy with their products and then they follow you, like obviously to do a bit of damage control. But a lot of the reviews of it were just a bit too arse-licky for me to take any of them really seriously. I remember that at the time. Like Tana's review was just her in that high-pitched scream. Constant. Why do I watch her? See what I mean? Look, what is this face that you're doing, Tana? This face that you're doing is not normal. Come on. You're young. You don't need Botox. Well, like, do what you want, but still, you're young. Do you know what I mean?
Like, this is the craziest experience of my whole life. Like, this will never happen again.
Well, funny you said that, Shane.
I mean, I've put out things before. I put out a movie that I worked so hard on, and...
Oh, yes. I remember that movie. 10 out of 10. Would never watch again.
And it's not about the money. I don't even care about the money. You guys know that. I've made the money a thing in the series, but like, I don't care.
It's not about the money. That's why he complained at the beginning at not being as rich as Jake Paul. Okay, sure, it's not about the money. Okay, fine, like, whatever. There was something quite nice about Nate, wasn't there? I hope he's having a nice, quiet life away from, you know, this type of craziness. It's like every 20 seconds, Andrew just starts cackling. I'm surprised I haven't heard it in my dreams yet. Jesus Christ, it's too much, isn't it? It's like the Beatles. Did I say that at the beginning of this? Huh.
state of shock right now. Hello, Minnesota.
I swear, if I get in trouble or evicted because of Shane and Jeffree, I'm calling corporate. Ryland is so bougie, isn't he?
I can't scream at my house because it's literally 9 in the morning and people are sleeping. But like, it's right here!
This is exhausting me.
This is so cool. Wow. This is cool as shit, man. Will it fit over the tits? I don't think so. You have huge tits. Your tits are fucking huge.
That was a bizarre thing to put in this series, wasn't it? I don't think it'll fit over your tits. You have huge tits. Interesting.
Your tits are fucking huge.
Your tits are fucking huge. Huh.
So, I had an idea.
Okay.
Do you guys want to see it?
Wait,
Are you ready for this right now?
What are you gonna do?
Well, I had an idea of like, no brand has ever listened to the customer and like fixed or added or changed something that's already existing and then put it out, okay? Can I show you?
Okay. If this is what I think it is.
Listen. I figured we'd give the mini a little revision and...
Oh yeah, sure, no shit. But then imagine the people that like maybe wanted the green shades and now they have to get another mini palette, but then they've got all these, like they've got a double of the shade. I'm not making any sense. Do you know what I mean?
That is sick. Look at that. Woo! Oh! The world wants the green shade. Are we not gonna give you the green shade?
A bunch of simps. So that's the end of that. It's 4:30 in the morning. It took me several days to film this video. I'm not looking forward to the next probably full day of editing this video. Who knows how big this is gonna cut. It's gonna be like a 2-hour long. It's gonna be like a right opinion video. So my final thoughts on the series, having watched it all again. Is it a cash grab? Yes, not from Jeffree, because it's quite clear that yes, he does care about makeup and products and that kind of thing. Obviously he does. His whole channel and persona is based around that. I don't think he's purely in it for the money, even though the money is a nice touch. I do think that he does give a shit about, you know, his products and the quality of it and whatnot. Shane, of course it's a cash grab from Shane's angle. Imagine not knowing anything about makeup or even hair and beauty and at some points hygiene, because Ryland has said that sometimes, you know, Shane just doesn't brush his teeth for like days or whatever, you know, or like he won't shower for days. So imagine like you got all that going on, right? Which, by the way, if anyone thinks that I'm shaming him, so many people on the internet shamed Emma Chamberlain, being like, oh, she probably smells, she looks like she doesn't shower, because she made a joke about it. But if Shane Dawson, a guy in his mid-30s or like nearing mid-30s, makes jokes about that, it's seen as relatable. So don't even start me with that. But this guy is really out here being like, yes, I care about makeup and beauty and that type of thing. Imagine all the makeup artists who have been working really hard on their careers for years and years and years, knowing the ins and outs of makeup, but they just don't have the privilege of being friends with Jeffree Star to get a palette and make millions and then go live happily ever after in a place in Calabasas. On the more technical side of things, Andrew's constant hyena laugh just, it puts me off, it grates me. I know there are people that like it, but I just personally don't. It just, to me, it doesn't really add anything but a source of distraction all the time. But I think I have that thing, what's it called? Misophobia, where, you know, people chewing or making noises makes you mad. I think I have that. So that could be a factor. The entire series, considering they had spent all year filming it and then spent all year subsequently editing it, it was very rushed. So I remember at the time it came out and it was rushed and they were constantly amending things or pushing back the release dates and Jeffree was getting annoyed about it. So it was poorly organised. I feel like Shane Dawson's docs are always a bit all over the place. and full of so much filler and stock footage, etc., that if the filler was cut, you could probably condense it down to like a 20 to 30 minute long episode, you know, each time. I know that some people enjoy like the really longer form stuff, but if it's longer form stuff because it's just full of filler, I prefer longer form stuff to be packed full of information. I love Ancient Aliens because like every 5 minutes there's a new thing they're talking about in one episode, and you're so jam-packed full of, and it goes 0 to 100 throughout the course of a 45-minute episode, that afterwards you feel like you've taken the red pill. I forgot what pills it was then, it's very late. Feel like you've taken the red pill after one episode of Ancient Aliens. It's like, oh god, the government are going to try and kill me now because I clearly know too much. Ancient Aliens is top tier entertainment for someone like me. I only like the classiest things around here on the Alizee Easy channel. So, more technical stuff aside, there was a moment where when Shane was having his downfall this year, I felt, I wouldn't say bad, but I had a bit of, I think I did feel a little bit of empathy for him because it's like your career was so high and then it crashed down to so low. But this was before I actually knew about him asking really young fans to send in weird pictures and like that really dodgy, inappropriate thing with the children that he's never ever addressed. The other things, I mean, I am a believer of people can change and they do change, and I've seen people change in real life, and I've seen people who have been, you know, maybe as a teenager, like people in my real life, quite insensitive, even racially insensitive, but then they change, it's ignorance most of the time, they get educated, they change, they become better people. And I've always, I think, been of the opinion that it's not fair if someone tweeted out something stupid and insensitive 10 years ago on Twitter and they've clearly changed as a person. It's not fair to like beat them over the head with that, because it stops, this is quite something I'm quite passionate about actually, because it stops people from wanting to better themselves. Because if they see that people have tried to better themselves and still get beat around the head with this kind of thing, the other person who's still doing those insensitive things are going to see that going on, do see it going on, and think, oh, fuck it, what's the point then? I might as well just keep being insensitive or nasty or whatever. We shouldn't punish people for the behaviours we want to see. So if someone did something really, really stupid, even 5 years ago, but they learned, they grew, I don't think it's right to then punish them for learning and growing. Now, I don't know Shane and I don't know Jeffree personally, so I can't say whether they grew from their bad mistakes in that regard. But Shane did apologise several times for his previous behaviour, but he's never ever addressed the children thing. And that's where any sort of like slight sympathy I might have had ends, because it's something he's never addressed, because I'm not sure he can. Well, it'll be interesting to see if he comes back with like a redemption series on himself. If it's another 10-part fucking, or 8 to 10 part, and the episodes are like 1 hour long each, oh God. I will never rewatch any of that series ever again. That's enough for me. It was a cash grab. It was too bloated. It was too, oh, poor me in my little mansion. Jake Paul makes more money. It was too out of touch. And I'm very tired. If you guys enjoyed this video, do remember to like, comment, subscribe. Let me know in the comments below if you want me to do the same for Jake Paul's series. In fact, if we can get to 20,000 likes on this video, I will do this video again, but for the mind of Jake Paul. So I feel like I'm going to have even more to say about that one. So my final thoughts are, I should make a makeup palette